how that will impact everything else in the stream today, but as you guys know, sometimes you just have to kind of roll with it and hope that it works out okay. So there's that. Hi, Konzi. Hi, Mechabad. Last month was rough. We only played once. Yeah. So for us, my group specifically, I moved. Everything was in boxes, and then I went to Europe for 2 weeks, and then I came back. So that was my reason for not being able to be around. But some of our participants are they're artists. They were tabling at cons. They were doing other things. Let me lower this. I'm gonna have to raise it up later, I think, for the Discord. My mic volume is a little low. Yo, maybe I'm not eating my microphone. Is that better? I also have a different setup than what I used to have in regards to where I'm sitting and where my mic is and what headphones I'm using. So please let me know if stuff is bad. But if it's better, let me know if it sounds okay now. Thank you, Notorious Gay, for those 8 months of subscriptions. Thank you for that Twitch Prime subby. It's my first sub in like 100 years. So, true story, my last notification on Streamlabs OBS was from 2 months ago when I got followed and raided by somebody. Is it still quiet? So on Streamlabs, it's in the green, and I don't want to make it too loud. I'll bump it up more. Is this better? It dips into the red. Not the red, it's in the yellows. I just don't want to blow out anybody's ears. You know, I always loves Kanzi's full lowercase name. Such a power move. I know, right? He's like, I'm just Kanzi, bitch. Better now? Thank you, NG. Such a good friend. We're technically slated to start our D&D group in 3 minutes, but I thought I would start earlier because I knew there would be problems. Like, I could feel it. So I have this new SteelSeries headset. A friend of mine was kind enough and generous enough to send me, and it's awesome. But also, I've never used it on stream. I've never used it in Discord yet, so this is gonna be a learning experience for me. I don't know what the heck's gonna happen. And also, because it is D&D, I should have like paper or something near me. Now that I think about this, just came to drop by, say hello. I'm gonna pop out again. I might say hello again later. Thank you for stopping by, NG. I know it's probably like, what is it, the late evening for you. You probably got things to do, but I appreciate you coming around, so thank you. Oh no, my hair is stuck in the headset. Oh no. Okay, I'm free. Hold on, I'm gonna go get a pad and paper. Yo, real talk, as soon as I got up, I was like, fool, do you even know where pen and paper is? Because so much of my stuff is still in boxes and whatnot. This is... Please work. Pen, please work. Alright, I'm just dropping stuff. No big deal. Alright, this pen works. I also have the world's smallest notebook. It's like some free notebook I got. Some company logo on it. I'm like, that'll work. That'll do. Okay. I'm gonna go on Discord with my friends. Because We're supposed to start soon. I don't want to be the last person in there. All right, let's see. Yo, this music is hecka ominous. We're all gonna die. Ah! No, I always unmute music bot because Bacon's got the jams. All the bops and the slappers. I have him very low. I don't remember exactly how low.
Howdy.
Okay. Hey, Chad, can you hear my friends on Discord?
Fuck.
Fuck! Please work.
You have been banned from Twitch.
No.
Before my stream last night, I was talking to Reg and Nick, and I was like, should I swear for
Did
my
you
post?
stream?
Yeah, I did a stream last night.
Oh,
We
I
just did
missed
some
it.
Overwatch. It was super duper late, so.
Yeah, y'all ended like at midnight for me.
Yeah.
I would have
That's
watched
probably
too. I was hanging out
snoring.
with friends, but at least
Yeah,
you
it's-
host.
You,
we're dropping in comp more and more every single day.
yeah, last
The
night
road
was
to
not-
bronze. Let's go.
Did y'all win a single match?
I think we won one. So.
Yeah, so yeah, because I watched from like 9 to midnight, and I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. It was a struggle, but I don't know. I had fun anyways.
I'm loving streaming now that I started streaming again. It's super fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. I need to make a post for what single player game I should start playing.
I've been playing all the Ace Attorney games, which was definitely a weird choice because I feel like a lot of people would just see that and be like, "Oh, well, I barely know what that is." So,
Yeah.
really love it, and I'm having such a good time playing it. So.
That's a really good game to stream, though, I feel like, because, I don't know, all the dialogue is so fun.
I just love doing all the dumb voices.
you,
It's
Brett,
also
for the sub.
I'm really excited because now I've just really been preparing voices for like the past month, and now it's D&D
That's
time.
the best. Yeah, since we were, like...
While we were dicking around, Bacon was studying his craft.
He was, yes,
True.
he studied the blade.
He studied the
Stronger.
blade.
Yeah, for the past, like, week and a half or so, in
Yeah, puppy
anticipation, I've been like, what's Allie's voice again?
Oh god, yeah.
While I'm stuck in traffic, I'm talking to myself like a crazy person.
It's cool, it's cool.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
I
this is gonna be
tweeted I'm live? No, I haven't, by the way. And thank you, Reg, for the sub.
It's,
I didn't even know you were live. Sweet.
We're
I gotta
D&Ding, I have to, no matter what happens, I have to stream it.
D&D.
Yeah, no, I just didn't
Yeah.
know you were live already.
Oh man, I'm gonna be so rusty at
How
Bell.
do we play D&D again?
I was
That's a good question.
Yeah, guys, how do you play D&D? I don't remember.
we do the thing.
Let me, I have like 82 tabs open. I should probably close them.
That's a many
I
a
have,
tabs.
I have to have all of them open. There's
yes.
a lot of stuff to keep track of.
Bookmarking, never heard of it. This is all in live real time.
yeah. I think I got our D&D game, and I have a thing to tell, instantly tell me when new games go up, like new games are announced at E3.
Oh yes, I'm so
'Cause
excited for
we
E3.
will be playing through the Microsoft conference.
Star Wars was very disappointing.
I told you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't have high expectations for it. I didn't really know what my expectations were going to be. I was just kind of putting it at achievable for good gameplay and great story. It's on rails. You don't get any choices. The gameplay looks like, God of War attempt, but like less fun Force Unleashed gameplay. I don't really like all the snap motions, like the snap motions whenever you're using the Force. It doesn't feel very flowy, but I might have to get my hands on the controls before I can really
Yeah.
judge it.
One of the things that it set me the most is the number of times like you would lightsaber through somebody and then they would have massive burn marks across them and they just instantly then just pop away.
Yeah,
It's like
right?
you hit them. It's like
That doesn't feel satisfying.
that's the point. Like yeah, if you want to be like they're harder fights, I mean like the hunters at least like they parried and stuff and it's like okay, this is more conscious than just beat on them with the lightsaber till they die.
Smack. This is gonna be a classic EA garbage title though.
Yeah, that's why it's like
I felt so bad because I was watching the conference or whatever, and the devs or the two lead dudes on the couch kept going like, "Yep, thanks to the devs for working their butts off, and then they'll point at the people sitting down, and they just look exhausted.
Oh.
They're like so done with everything.
So someone in the chat wants to know if everyone takes questions and they're curious about the world our game takes place in.
Oh, let me tell you.
Wow.
we will be doing a recap.
We will take questions. So there will be a Q&A.
And the question just be,
we're
what's
gonna
my
do.
Pokemon?
Yeah, at the
I'm gonna do a
at the
huge recap,
presentation.
as well as I'll have everybody sort of introduce their characters.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
be fair, it's been a hell of a long time. So
Been a hot
Mhm.
minute.
It's been a
I
very
think it was
long time.
I think someone calculated it was like 4 months. I think.
Yeah, it's like 4 months just about.
Exactly.
there's no way it's
No,
4
bacon.
whole months. Get the heck out
Yeah.
of here.
It was
been a long
February
time.
10th, I think. Last time we
We're the
played.
beginning of June. I'm gonna give us a 3-month count on that.
Yeah. I'm sad. I'm so
But
sad.
4 months sounds so much more dramatic.
All right.
I'm pretty
been
sure
100
it is
years.
exactly it's exactly 4 months,
the
almost
dot.
to the day.
To this minute. And 5.
Like it's like one day off.
4.
I feel like one
3.
of those months was my fault, but I don't know about the rest of them. That was someone else.
We were all busy. We were all
No,
busy.
Yeah,
this
it
is
was a
heckin'
bad-
terrible for me.
No.
It was just spring. Very busy time here.
Conti, if my mic is low, I can't make it any higher than 100%. I'm in trouble. Hold on.
Make your voice higher.
I
Just
could
scream.
just yell the whole session.
It's a character choice.
It's my character choice.
Corella heard something really loud and she's like partially deaf for the entire episode.
She's got
Fireball
water in
off.
her ears that she can't get out.
You know what else is great that I just realized?
How I have missed you all. Screaming in our faces.
Oh my god. I just realized because I've been streaming so much lately, so I've had to fiddle with my mic a lot, and I got a new mic stand and stuff. My mic hopefully won't cut out every 10 seconds
You sound
now.
great, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll
You
see.
sound
You sound
Butter.
so good.
We'll see. We'll see.
compared to my memory, you sound much better.
Yeah.
I'm using the same mic. It's just better settings and
Yeah, it doesn't sound as choppy.
Yeah.
My headphones have been kind of funky. I need to buy a new attachment for it. It keeps messing with my audio.
Oh no.
I just have this like 8-page Word document in front of me of all. I literally was like, last night I was like,
So hectic.
you know what? I should consolidate everything. And so I just spent like 4 hours just writing everything into a Word document.
Oh my goodness.
And I have
Yeah.
that.
Whenever I was looking back on all my backstory stuff, I fleshed it out way too much. So I just wanted to like change my consensus on it and keep the bare
Yeah.
bones.
I spent last night trying to go as monotone as possible and still sound angry. That's the goal. I was like, I need to be monotone but angry and grumpy. It's like because that's what that's my brain is like. How do you play Bell? Be lurch but grumpy. Hold. And I was just like, so I just kept yelling at. I just made up fake things that yell at Skooma about, and just as I walked around my kitchen fixing dessert, just like God damn it.
Just knowing you're gonna need that voice.
Yeah, I was like, I know I'm gonna need this. I know it's gonna be. It's
Might
gonna
as
come
well
in.
prep.
I was like, I guess like monotone but grumpy. Yeah, and then read the like paragraph I have on Bell's backstory.
He is a grumpy boy.
He is grumpy.
Boy.
Bell is very much a creature of habit, and has been taken from him. So he is like, I don't like this. I
Oh
don't like this at
yeah,
all.
we're here. Sorry, I forgot where we were.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Technically, you're not in this room. I just don't have a map for the room you're in, and it's not like
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen that you need a map for. So I'll just describe it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Use your imaginations.
Imagine someone doing the SpongeBob like rainbow thing. Imagination.
Imagination land.
The good old Bottle Flame brothers.
Yep.
That I can never remember which one is which.
Yeah, who's who?
Yeah.
They
No
need
Don't
idea.
worry, I'll
color-coded
that'll be part of the
outfits like the
recap.
chipmunks, like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like one needs
They
to be
all
red.
wear the same exact outfit.
I know they do, but I wish
Yeah.
they didn't because I can't remember who is who. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
Carl will make like, "Hi, my name is blank" stickers and smack it on their chests.
They definitely need that. This is a
Yeah.
common problem for them.
Yeah. It is. I am very happy Bell is someone who would not remember because I can't. Just like, thank
Yeah.
you in character.
They're intentionally supposed to be just like which one's which.
I just remember there's the nerdy one with glasses, the hot one, and then the other one.
Yep, those are the three.
I just
This
don't
one, the
remember
hot
which is
one,
which.
and the.
Yeah, Hottie McHottie and the other two.
I'm trying to remember. What was the last thing that happened?
The hot one's a rogue. I remember that.
They always are.
That is a true fact.
Okay. Yeah. I think I just remembered. I remember the last thing I said as Bell in this game. I just remember that. That's good.
Okay, I will say though, I am gonna roll it back a little bit.
Okay.
'Cause I kind of messed some things up, and it's also been a while, and I've changed a few
Yeah.
things. So
Yo,
just
is this our
roll-
first retcon? Let's go.
Well, not really. It's not really a retcon. I'm just like,
Altering the scene.
Revise.
Yeah, he's altering the scene.
Editor's notes.
That's I think that's
so it is technically a retcon, but I'm not really changing anything about the story.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah.
We're deleting Elijah from the game.
It is well.
Thank
That's
you.
also true, but I wasn't gonna tell you that yet.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
explodes, and just gold coins fly out
I
everywhere.
Only came in to roleplay it, and then I'll be leaving stream.
No, the saddest day.
Yeah.
God.
I will cheer in game and cry in real life.
I know, right?
But literally, all I remember I think last time is Bell looked at Elijah and just said the words, "What's a genie?" I think that was literally the last sentence I said.
Oh yeah.
Because you're like, he's like a genie, and I was like, what's
You're good because
what's-
I don't
I
remember the
remember that.
last thing I said.
Yeah. I just remember because I remember being confused. 'Cause, like Bell would not know what a genie is.
Do you
Empty
remember?
dish for the
But like,
sun.
I was gonna go and like figure out like what happened exactly last session, but then I realized it's been so long that the VOD is gone. So
Yeah. I
That's
remember I
okay.
watched it forever ago, but
I upload the VODs to my Rinky Dinky YouTube too, so they exist even if.
yeah,
it was deleted.
I don't think that one's on there because I checked there as well.
all I remember is that we got into the room to speak to the giant glowy thing,
Mhm.
and then we started to talk, and then we cut it.
Yeah. We started talking, and then we like, I think we did a group huddle to be like, okay, what are we gonna ask him?
Yeah.
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 And
and then-
Elijah tossed his manacle or whatever at the
Yeah.
thing. I was like,
I mean,
"Fuck."
if it's been 4 months, maybe I didn't upload it. Basab, I put my computer in a box.
Oh,
Lost the
yeah.
last VOD.
Uh,
Feels bad.
Yeah, we were all moving around and stuff.
yeah. So,
Let's see.
I need to cast again here. I need to ask her a bird question.
Have apples.
After the game because we're already running late.
Yeah,
was-
we are.
Yeah.
True.
Do. When she gets here.
Where's my phone?
Oh, it's Stream Infinity while I look at what my VODs are still up. Sorry. If anyone's
cool.
watching the stream, it's gonna look crazy.
Ooh. Let's see here. What do I want to read? Oh, okay. This is written about rejoining, I guess.
Oh.
Or somebody. Do 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 do. Let's see. Baldur's Gate 3. Next one. I can't believe they're remaking Destroy All Humans.
Are they gonna remaster it, or are they making another one?
I believe it's a remake of the first one.
I
A
never-
remaster, I guess.
I never
Of what?
those-
The remaster of Destroy All Humans.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember whenever I was younger being intrigued by just playing a massacre game like Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, but I never bought it.
Yeah.
Jack showed me the trailer for it last night. He was so excited.
Yeah. It's a fun game from my childhood. It's very like it's got a like really fun like 6D sci-fi thing, which is real fun to play in. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Get Packed looks fun, but it's a Stadia game, so I don't know if it'll come to anything I can play. Anything I'll play. We get a remake of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
but-
yes, I'm so hyped for SpongeBob. I hope they polish up those controls though.
I hope so too. They're announcing or they're supposed to be announcing or they did, I'm not sure, the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, what it is. For those who care. I do, but that's because I am forever vowed to 100% everything Kingdom Hearts. And then we got and then we saw recently the Sword and Shield. Which was. Ooh.
How's
Sword and
everyone doing today? Asked Kanzi. I'm doing great, Kanzi.
Doing
How's
good.
everyone else?
Good.
I'm great. I'm doing great.
I'm gonna go to full Wooloo team. That'll be my team.
Wooloo.
And Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Jason, all the Wooloos.
Have you seen the thing that people pointed out that in the background you see that Wooloos travel by rolling?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My friend drew it, and then she had one in the very far background, just rolling down a hill, and I'm like, that's me.
Yeah, I love that someone pointed out. They're like, I was like, what? So it's like they move by rolling. I was
Of
like,
course they do.
They're just
Howdy.
little balls.
Yeah,
Howdy,
why would
Cass.
they not? Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, it's our friend.
And
So many dank friends
know.
here.
Actually, since Juice is here, that reminds me, I need to go to your Etsy.
but no, you don't. I mean, you can, but you don't need to.
Yeah, I do. I need to buy the Gengar.
Legally
Actually,
required.
that's probably a good idea because they're actually going really quick. More, but
Oh,
yay!
the pins? Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Nice.
hopefully I'll have the Clefairy one soon.
I saw that and I was like, oh, I need to buy one, and I forgot. And then another artist I follow, Amma, was like, yo, look at these. And she was pins, and I was like, wait, I was like, Juice's pin. I remember now. And then I forgot again. Then I forgot again. But
It's
now
okay.
that I'm here,
Just you should put your shop into the chat so people can look at your stuff.
the-
I mean, I can do the thing.
Do the thing.
Get even more pins for you all later. Yay!
Cass, are you talking right now? Cause can anyone hear Cass right now?
No.
I cannot. If she's
Cannot.
talking.
No, I'm on push to chat because I'm
Okay.
still munching on some rice.
Ah,
Just making sure.
that's
I'm
Well,
working
I
on this
can.
apple.
If everyone's here, I can at least start the recap.
Yeah.
hey,
Let's
go
go.
for it.
Let's go.
Hey.
Yay!
Okay, let me get the music. Wrong one, so hold on. There we go. Okay, everyone ready?
Mhm.
Oh, last time on D&D, you guys have been on quite a long quest at this point. But it all started in a faraway town called Nightstone, and I'll actually I'll move you all to the map real quick so you can kind of see your travels so far. But you all started in a faraway town called Nightstone. None of you were sort of from there, but you all happened to meet at a crossroads outside this town. Some of you were already together. Elijah and Turd, you were already there together. Others of you had just sort of met there for the first time, and Harmony wasn't actually there at all yet. You all made your way from this crossroads into Nightstone after hearing this ringing bell, and after making it there, you noticed a lot of destruction, as if boulders had fallen from the sky, crushing a lot of the town, and many of the townspeople seemed to be missing. After investigating and fighting through several hordes of different enemies, you fought through some goblins, then some thieves showed up, and then orcs showed up, and you fought both of them kind of at the same time. You eventually made your way into the forest, into the goblin caves, where you rescued all the townspeople and brought them back. This was sort of your first big quest together. You were really just doing it because the townspeople asked you to, some of you maybe because there was a reward involved, and to this town. Back to this town, you helped all these people, and you were given a quest to go to a town called Tribor to return this sort of emblem, had a harp and a moon on it that seemed to belong to the wife of or the ex-wife actually of somebody who had died in the town. And you all graciously took this quest and went on your way, and you decided to stick together because of how dangerous the lands are. However, after going out, you eventually ran into a massive floating tower that sort of descended from the sky with a large cloud staircase that sort of extended downwards toward you, or descended downwards toward you. And you found your way in, and you met a large, friendly cloud giant known as Zephyros. He was nice, surprisingly, from what you had heard of giants. In fact, that you had just heard cloud giants specifically attack Nightstone, so this was surprising to you. But he did seem mildly insane, but, you know, a helpful friend. And he offered to take you all the way to Tribor. And though you had some troubles along the way with some weird cultists and a dragon and, you know, all that jazz, you eventually made your way to Tribor, a small farming town in the Sword Coast that seemed unassuming at first, but you had a good bit of trouble there. First, of course, you met a lot of the townspeople, including somebody who was visiting, Harmony, the newest, most recent member of the party. They're helping a local, I believe, some sort of merchant of some kind, some doctor or something, I can't remember. But you're helping them there. And after sort of meeting all these people and learning that there was this sort of strange artifact in the center of town, you were suddenly assaulted by two fire giants, as well as many sort of a horde of smaller enemies that came with them that seemed to be there to take this strange fragment. However, you all managed to fight them off together with you and your NPC friends. Only one of them died, which I was very impressed with. And you all out of that town afterwards. You sort of got different quests from these people to go to different places, but the main one you got was to go to a place called Everlund and ask for somebody called Dral Thaleth, who was described as a one-eyed half-orc. leaving this place to go find Everlund, you made your way there, stopped through several towns. You went to Yartar, where you had a weird encounter with an old man with a jar. You went to the Calling Horns, where a at first seemingly unimportant encounter suddenly became a relatively very important encounter, as you discovered that there were members of the same thieves guild that attacked Nightstone, the Zentarum, sort of raiding this place looking for some sort of magical item. You couldn't find this magical item, and you fought them all off. You captured all of them, and Elijah specifically let the leader go, as he seemed to be a sort of mercenary that wasn't really completely with the gang, and he vowed to, if you let him free, and you did. So he's free somewhere, who knows where. And you continue to search this place after this, and after making a fantastic check, you found behind. In fact, I don't even think you had to make a check. You just said where to look. This tapestry you found deep below this place. There was an old sort of stone room filled with some traps and a large chest. And after you opened this mostly unassuming chest, despite it being the only thing in this major thing in this room, it was pretty standard chest. But inside of it was this strange harp. The harp seemed magical in nature, but as to what it does, you have no idea. It was covered in symbols, though they looked very old, and for some reason you had difficulty reading them, even the ones of you who knew Elvish. There was also some giant symbols. And after sort of glowing on it, and after you found this, you realize that even when you strum the harp, it makes no sound. It seemed important, so you took it with you. You had an encounter with the Zentarum again, and your good old friend Kella Darkhope, this lady from Nightstone that tried to attack you multiple times now. You found a cool cathedral. You ignored a side quest. You went straight to Everlund, and you found this sort of curious, very strange city. It was this large city that, though it seemed relatively normal from the outside, you noticed that a lot of the people in there acted strange. But eventually, after going to the place you were told, you were brought inside, and after having sort of this wine that the man asked you to drink, where when you drank it, you were suddenly teleported away, you eventually all made your way into the Harper's base, where you met Crowan. You already met Drow. You realized that the two magician friends, which I forgot to mention, that you met on the road, turned out to also be Harpers, Pell and Tenor. Discussed with them, and they sort of tried to enlist your help in figuring out what's going on in these lands. Why are these giants so riled up? What happened? And while this is happening, giants actually started attacking the town, and you were forced to fend them off. However, you did. You all got together. You fended off the town. However, you learned some more secrets about this town. That Elijah, you discovered that there was. It seemed like when a body that you saw got destroyed, sort of almost seemed strangely mechanical in nature. And after discussing with Crowan and finally getting to sort of spill the beans, you learned that this town is almost manufactured by magic, and it's sort of a satellite town of a far-off kingdom called Crystallia. As to what or why, you don't know exactly. You just know that it was built possibly to protect something. He described another village named Wellspring that some of your characters were actually happened to be from, that was also similar to this, and someone recently got sort of destroyed. You're not 100% sure why that happened, but it sort of fell apart after something was taken away or left this village. And you decided to help them, and you formed your own sort of group called the Harpingers, sort of a subsection of the Harpers, and you all banded together to sort of figure out what this problem is and help defeat it. After having a weird Candle Nights Christmas episode where you had to deal with some weird, horrible monsters, and the three Tiefling brothers, you eventually came back, spent a few weeks spent like a week hanging out and buying stuff, you eventually had a new mission to find a friendly giant that you heard of called Harshnag, and you were teleported up to the city of Mirabar in the north. In Mirabar, you not only got some information on this giant, but you also ran into those 3 tiefling brothers again, who happened to be traveling the north still, and moving sort of up towards the mines of Mirabar, where you heard this giant was. You encountered him, fighting other giants, and you and the 3 tiefling brothers all worked together to save this giant. At this point, he told you about the Eye of the Allfather, a sort of temple/oracle that has and can tell you things about what's happening, though he didn't know exactly what or why. But it would take you there. You all decided to go straight there instead of going back to talk with Crowan. So you all headed towards the Eye of the Allfather together, and after a very long and tedious journey making it through the mountains, you encountered a strange during the night watch on specifically Reginor's watch. There was a strange man who kept showing up, and after a while you realized it seemed like he just wanted to talk, so you eventually let Reg go out and talk to him, and he seemed to have a almost nothing conversation. It seemed so strange that he would bother you for this long to have such a almost pointless conversation, but he asked a little bit about the group, about the half-elves in the group, everyone in there, and he all you can see about him is that he looked somewhat old and had striking blue eyes. Friend or foe, you have no idea, but he was pretty creepy. After making it past that, you finally made it to the Eye of the Allfather, which is where you are all currently. It is a huge, massive temple with a giant, literally giant-sized stone entrance that seemed to be blocked off to you by magic to the point where you couldn't walk through it. However, there was a smaller entrance that seemed to be for humanoids. And Harshnag said he would meet you inside, but after Harshnag made his way down and you guys made your way down your entrance, it was actually some sort of strange beginning of a trial of some kind, and you were all these bracelets were clasped around your wrists. You were prevented from using magic, and you were all dropped into these cages, sort of above this massive room. And I'll go ahead and bring you back into here now. Massive, huge room. Even for giants, this room is massive. You were all floating in this cage, these weird magic circles, and you eventually found your way out through puzzle solving with the help of the 3 brothers and the giant who was below you. After that, you made it into one of the large doors using these 2 gemstones that was labeled the past. And after going through there, you encountered strange dreams, and then you ended up going through some sort of illusory realm of places you had all been together in the past. Where you also ran into, at a certain point, you started to be followed by these figures. They all looked like figures of your past, whether it be siblings or just people or creatures that you had encountered a lot, but something that was clearly important to you. However, they seemed to be emotionless, lifeless, and they just seemed to slowly walk towards you. And the farther you got away, the faster they would move. For a long time, some of you slowly decided to quite literally face your past and turn and go into it. And though each one of you at one at a time, when you did this, all the other people heard was a scream of pain from you, and then you disappearing. You eventually all decided to go until the last one remaining, Bellaman, sort of started to run out of energy and couldn't find another way, and so he decided to literally take on the past, and that he wanted to fight it, ran it with a sword, and had the same experience. And then you all ended up back in the room with a new one of the gemstones. Those 3 gemstones down to the 3 doors at the bottom, which were labeled the future. This is the sort of beginning of the last session we played, in which you went into this area. Right when you opened the door, you were given this flash of strange images, visions of stuff you couldn't comprehend, some that seemed to conflict with each other, places you've never seen before, but you all sort of moved forward, and after going through these 3 doors, it turned out they all led to the same room. However, it was this strange almost living space with an armory, a library, a morgue, an infirmary, rec room, armory, a bunch of things. There, after going through this room, you notice that your friends started to die if they ever went alone. And after sort of realizing and figuring out the puzzle of this place, you realize that some sort of strange loop of time in this place, to the point where you were finding messages from your past self that you have no recollection of writing. And after realizing that the shadows there were actually deadly, and that's how people kept dying, you all moved into this library, solved this puzzle, and were able to reset it and keep going through and doing it over and over and over again until you all figured out all of the puzzles, got all of the gemstones, and were able to open the large door that led you back into the main room. I know this is a very long recap, but I'm almost done. And you come out, and then you realize you could go through the large stone entrance that Harshnag went through, the giant. You all head down, and now you are in the in the room at the bottom. Encountered the man claiming to be the Eye of the All-Father. And yeah, and this is where you are right now. There was this big spectral eye that disappeared now, and this the wall behind it sort of started to open, and this this extremely old, like insanely old looking elf of some kind. You can't even tell what kind of elf he is because he just is ridiculously old. And he was going to explain things to you, and that's where it left off. Oh, that's the recap. Everything that happened in this whole campaign so far. If you'd like, you can each introduce your characters in a little more detail, like your names, what you're kind of do, and all that jazz. Any of you are welcome to go first.
I play Corella, and she is a sorcerer who has wild magic. She is from the town Wellspring. She is a bookish, but very kind, young woman who was voted somehow the representative of the group whenever they're in a social situation that requires such representation. She loves all her friends. Some of the friends don't love her back, but that's okay. And she is trying to figure out who she is and why these powers are happening to her, basically. And I will pass it off to Elijah.
I play Elijah Gadd. He's our team's thief rogue. He traveled from a different continent to escape some shady past, and arriving to this place, he owed a life debt to his new best friend and practically adopted sister Turid. And he's just kind of been traveling around, seeing what interesting stuff he can find out, and just kind of grow as a person. And all their secrets, looking for people. And I'll move on to Turid, I guess.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jush, and I play Turid, our strong girl barbarian lady from the mountains. She's a very quiet, soft-spoken kind of person with a troubled past because this is a D&D, and why would that not be a thing? And she kind of took Elijah under her wing because he reminded her of her sister. She's been mostly protecting him, but also, like, if he makes a mistake, she'll rub it in his face because that's what she does. She's a big sister. So, yeah, and then I'm what she's doing. She's just trying to make things right in the world. And pass it to Bellaman.
Hi. I'm Hammy. I play Bellaman, or Bell for short. He is a very, very tall, very big, blue-skinned furbulk. He likes flowers and goats. He is this party's ranger. He is a very grumpy boy, and really just wants to go home. And is unfortunate, in his mind, unfortunately shackled to this arduous task. With people he can at least stand, so it's gotten better. Yeah. He doesn't remember names well, and so he usually just calls people by nicknames. That is it. I'll pass it to Nor.
I play this big dumb paladin named Noir. He's from Wellspring. He's as stupid as I could make him, but he's a good boy. I love him. He's just hanging out. I don't really know why he's following right now, but we'll find out, I guess. Well, I know. You guys don't know, but
That's true.
but he's just hanging out as far as we know right now. And I guess Harmony is the only one left. Is she here? Are able to talk?
Hello.
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 Oh.
Hello. All right. Well, I'm Cass, and I play Harmony. She is an extremely positive and upbeat tiefling cleric. Her main goals in life are helping out the needy and the sick, and healing the injured. And she's just here trying to do good in the world, and be a wonderful shining beacon of light to others. And that's about that.
All
Nailed
right.
it.
And that is everyone. You have all sort of made your way together. You're this sort of ragtag group, and you're now standing in front of this this very, very old-looking elf. Let me
I'd like to attack
do this
Bellman.
real quick. Roll initiative,
That's gonna-
please. I knew this is how the session would start. I have a whole battle prepared.
He's got a little arena. We're gonna solve. We're gonna solve a lot of issues real fast.
Instantly, just
But yeah, you are all in front of this
Let's go.
old-looking elf. What do you
Wait,
say?
surprise ending.
What was the last thing he asked us? Like, how did he phrase?
I'll sort of start off there. He comes out from behind this wall and slowly walks towards you. It looks like he struggles to even walk. He kind of looks like he's somewhere in between a living person and a corpse. He's so unbelievably old. And he walks up to you, and I gave him a weird voice last time, but I'm going to retcon that. And he walks up to you and he says, we finally made it. And he sort of stands in the middle of the large circular room and asks you to come so he could talk to you easier.
All right. Well, Harmony's gonna immediately walk forward.
All right. He casts Disintegrate Your Dead. Sorry. Oops. That's the end of the campaign.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That was
No,
the
no,
wrong
he does
answer.
not. He does no such thing.
Cast integration.
Nah, he's just chilling there. Guys.
I guess what would Belle do? Belle's gonna wave and go, "Hi."
That you sort of squinting up and down, he says, hello. And he looks amongst your whole group. He says, it is nice to finally see you with my own eyes. It seems like he struggles to even talk.
Oh no.
Just in sort of a very big contrast from how he was before, because how you encountered him originally was in this large, you saw this large spectral sort of representation of an eye, and he had a large booming voice when talking through that. But now he's sort of low, old, hard to talk kind of voice.
Wait, you can see through things other than your own eyes?
Yes, I can, but that is not what is important today. And he sort of looks amongst all of you, and if none of you are gonna walk closer, he's just gonna towards you a little bit so you can talk easier.
Oh,
Now Harmony's gonna run forward to him, like try to help him. He seems
Alright.
unsteady.
yeah,
Gotta help him out.
I'll approach him as well.
As you guys get closer, you sort of see his garbs, and he seems to be wearing these old, tattered. But under them, he actually seems to have sort of an old cloak. But under them, you can see of armor, it looks ancient, like rusted old armor that he's wearing. And he's sort of stands there looking at you, and he says, well, I should explain as much as I can. First and foremost, I apologize for what you had to go through here today, but it was not my choice. However, I do believe it was still necessary. And he looks actually towards Harshnag, and he says, I also apologize to you. I'm sure Harshnag and Bellaman, and he says, I apologize to both of you. Doesn't seem like something you would expect in a giant temple, but quite as they seem.
I will admit, I was surprised. I expected a lot more murder.
And he says, well, perhaps, but I think you may find to have your fair share of that in the future. He sort of just says that super ominously and then continues on. And he says, oh yeah. Oh, that's a lot better, yeah. And he sort of...
There we go.
He's there and he says, well, before I tell you everything I need to tell you, do you have any questions for me? Any way I possibly can. The three Tiefling brothers are also with you. They all look surprised by this old man. The youngest brother, Darren, the one with glasses, sort of looks amongst the room in awe. He seems to be amazed by this sort of strange architecture of this room. I should describe this room a little better as well. It's a sort of large circular room with a dome top. And there are giant runes on the sort of walls, but there's also a lot of elvish writing all along the walls. Also, you see in like where it's just like a large stone wall with writing all over it, sort of carved into it, and it's like all around the room. There's writing like that. Seems to possibly be regaling some old story.
What is this place?
This is actually only part of a old temple. True Eye of the Allfather is behind me on the other side of this wall. However, much use to you now. And he's sort of straightening his cloak. He'd even be struggling to stand, but he still stays strong. And he says, "Ace was built thousands of years ago, in collaboration with both giants, and it was built by a far-off kingdom. And it was built for one sole purpose. For the day, well, to be frank, when all of you arrived. I mean to put something on you as if, you large destiny, but you are the ones who came, and so he seems to be somewhat cryptic about what he's saying, but it doesn't seem like he's intentionally messing with you. But he says, this place was to test the people who would come here, and only the people who would come here who could even get inside are... He sort of looks amongst all of you for a second, and he eyes each of you over, and eventually he sort of holds his hand up and points at Corella, and he says, I believe you hold the key to this place. And he just sort of looks at you expectantly, as if he's waiting for you to bring something out.
Corella would look pensive for a moment, try to think about what he would mean, and then goes through her personal effects and kind of looks at him questioningly. I don't know exactly what the key would be, but we did find this, and perhaps this is what you're looking for. And then she pulls out the harp that doesn't play any music, and it's
yes, and
like
out. As you pull this out, before the old man can even react, the three brothers suddenly look at you in surprise. Like you've never seen this much emotion on their face. Probably because I didn't play them very well before. But they all look extremely, extremely caught off guard by you pulling out this harp. And their sort of mouths are agape, and the youngest one sort of like turns around and looks at you wide-eyed and says, "That's it."
It's what?
And
what is it?
I don't know if you remember because it's been like 4 months. But he sort of describes last time. Learn a bit more about them. He described to you that his father, or their father rather, was sort of a traveling adventurer who seeked to help the world, and was and actually, was somewhat well renowned. And the last thing, investigating something before he disappeared, and that some kingdom, and something, and the place he was heading, they do know the thing he was looking for. And he sort of pulls out this book from his bag, and he says, "It's right here." And he points to a picture on the page, and it is a rough sketch of the exact harp you're holding. Except there's a lot of strange writings on it, and it seems to be possibly describing things that speculations about this harp, as if he probably didn't actually interact with it, but by gathering a lot of information was able to find out about it. Mm-hmm. They look in awe that you've had this the entire time, and they had no idea.
I mean, they didn't ask.
It's true. I mean, but yeah, as they're sort of in awe there, it seems strange to you because you guys have no idea anything about this harp. All you know is it doesn't play. You strum it, and it's got a bunch of weird symbols on it. And it seems magical in nature. But you, as you're all sort of standing there, the old man says, "I was here to tell you about that." And he sort of looks amongst all of you and he says, "Is Equinox. Legendary artifact. Eons old. It was used a long, long time ago to protect this world. It has since lost most of its, if not all, of its power.
Elijah's grin fades.
I do not feel that it is a mere coincidence that you all have stumbled upon it. And
But if it's lost all its power, how could it be the key to this place?
well, it won't do anything here, but this is the place where, well, this place was built for the return of that harp. To begin to rejuvenate it. And he sort of tells you, and he says, but this harp comes with a price. Fear that just by finding it, you are already far too attached to this price to.
She eats it out of the room.
And he looks at all of you and he says, that harp carries with it a power. Fall into the wrong hands, it could, well, if I'm being honest with you, it could mean the end of the world itself. I know you are jurors, and this may come off as I can help you. First and foremost, I can tell you, or rather I can show you visions. Both first of the past of this harp, and then of futures. But, warn you, these futures are the result of what will happen if do not restore the harp to its full power. Possible that someone else may be able to do it, but given the nature of this situation, were to fall into anybody else's hands, it could be a danger to this world. So I hope you bear with you the fact that if I do show you these futures, but they are not living proof of that. I've been through a similar thing in the past. And he says all this, and he sort of just looks at you expectantly after just sort of dropping this massive amount of information, I assume.
She pushes the harp into his chest.
He sort of looks at it and he says, not much I can do with it yet, but hold it up for me if you wouldn't mind.
She grabs it in both hands.
Above your head, if you please.
Oh, okay. She
Got a Zelda pose with that.
Yeah, fucking Triforce this bitch above my head.
As you do this, he sort of holds out his hand and shoots out a firebolt. And this firebolt collides with this harp, and it just seems like a regular firebolt, but when it hits the harp, it sort of comes shocking you because it seems like he's just suddenly attacking it, but it doesn't seem to be aimed at you in any way. And when it hits this harp itself is completely undamaged, but all 8 of the strings are suddenly just singed away. It itself looks almost like it wasn't hit by anything. And he says, that harp are what give it its power. And scattered far and wide in hope that power would not fall into the wrong hands, but the situation has now arisen that it needs to be used again. No simple matter of giants, I am afraid, or fortunately sorry to tell. He looks at the giant Harshnag and he looks at you, Bellum, and he says, I can tell by your expressions that main concern, but the giants are not the only problem here. A precursor to what is to come. And he sort of looks at you and he says, if you are willing and ready, I can show you these visions, but if there is absolutely any question you have for me, please ask it now. And he sort of looks at all you expectantly.
Like Bell's doing that thing where he's got like two fingers like on the bridge of his nose, like, God, okay.
Yeah, this seems like a lot, like way more than you've ever had. Just suddenly, all this stuff is just weight has been dropped on you. 100% up to you guys what you want to do. Expectantly.
Bell is gonna be like, so let me get this right. Harp thing, super powerful object, giants part, are not really problem, just precursor to bigger problem. Can I just go home? I really don't want to deal with this. I really
welcome
just
to
wanna-
do whatever you please. I will admit that my physical attachment to this world has... And he says to you, but I do ask that before you leave, or not, you witness these visions. Well,
I think I'm cutting out.
that is
No.
all I can ask. Oh, I know, I'm just taking long pauses. He says,
Oh.
that is all I can ask.
Well, I didn't even hear what he asked. He's like, before you leave, well, that's all I can ask.
I asked.
is what
Oh,
I
okay.
heard.
I asked that. He says, I asked that you allow yourself to see these visions.
Okay.
After that, he asked that if you do that, after that you can decide if you want to just leave or not.
I'd like to see what this thing can do.
I'd very much not like to see my future, thank you.
I would like to bury this thing in a very hole.
He says,
I would like to learn literally everything I can from this.
I want
says-
to see my future.
that's sort of the look on your face, Turret, and not wanting to see your future. And he seems to give you this sort of knowing look, and he says, tell you that this future is not set in stone. What you see from this is not guaranteed to come true. But if you continue down a path of this, you will meet this fate, whether you like it or not. He sort of kneels down at this, you expectantly.
Sorry.
I don't need. Whoa. Someone took damage.
Sure.
I guess it's so. All right. So he wanted us to ask questions before the vision, right? So.
And if you have any questions at all, ask away.
There's so many.
He will answer them to his best of his ability.
There's so many.
Questions you
He's
need
so
to ask.
old.
It's true.
All right.
Answer anything you can.
I don't quite understand. You know, your demonstration was very wonderful, but so the harp does what? It absorbs magic, or it negates it? I don't really understand what it does, and I can't ask questions if I don't know what we're talking about.
Many things. How much power it has regained, it can do. One could say out of character that it's kind of overpowered.
It's our MacGuffin.
It's OP.
Gotcha.
All right,
Okay.
gotcha. Gotcha. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So wait, didn't he
And-
just sit on it and scatter them about?
No, he destroyed all of the strings that were in it and sort of suggested that those strings were false strings. They were fake actual strings of the harp. He's I guess I should have explained this better, but he says those strings, the real strings of the harp, they would not have broken from such a simple attack.
Makes more sense because I was like, the
Yeah.
strings are all powerful and I just burned them. You're dead. And I'm like, what?
He was the villain all along. We fell for it. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I've got that.
fools!
Okay.
And yeah, he just sort of says, Harshnag looks like incredibly confused. He just sits back down and is
Join
like,
the club, Harshnag.
Oh
He's-
boy.
he just-
Yeah.
I also have no idea what's going on. Don't
Yeah,
feel
what's
too
Nor
bad.
doing right now? Is he just
He's
staring?
just- If the big guy sat down confused, so Nor would just like sit next to him. Just like,
he looks at all of
I
you.
don't know.
He looks at all of you and he says, not one to tell you that your fate is set in stone, but you are all of you specifically, who are destined to be here today. And he says, I hope you are able to whatever you decide to do.
You're
This-
just
And
Yeah, this price that we must pay. I forget how he worded it, right? Like something about
He-
we're tied to this thing, and now something crappy is gonna happen to
he
us.
seems to be implying that if you do not
Like
tarp
if we don't help, we're gonna something bad will happen to us. Is that the idea?
threat, it just seems like he's saying if not do this, that you will pay a massive price, and what that is, you don't know. Things may show you.
Okay.
This old dude's just being most vague. Math.
Yeah.
Being incredibly vague. It almost seems like he's sort of dancing around telling you very specific things.
Elijah's gonna step forward a bit and he's gonna say,
So, at full power, what does this thing even do? Is it destructive?
Well, he sort of sighs and he says, certainly, but power it holds, it's to incomprehensible words. It's something you can only really experience.
It's true and awesome power. But I
And he
didn't.
just sort
I
of-
didn't come all this way to not see, and not figure out what exactly we're doing here. So, you know, she kind of steps forward. Whatever it is you need to show me, be it my future, whatever that may hold, I want to see it.
He looks at you and nods, and he looks amongst the rest of you.
Fine. Fine. Two questions. I have
Fine. I love
two
it.
questions first.
Of course, anything.
Question 1. We climbed a mountain to figure out what broke the ordning. So do you know?
Yes, I do, but I
Will
fear
you
that
tell me?
he looks at you and he says, yes, of course.
Wait,
I'm waiting.
I lied. That was a second question. So I actually have 3.
I see. he sort of looks at you and he says, all right, well.
Oh, third question, I guess. If I see my future or whatever it is you're doing, can I leave?
Welcome to do whatever you may please after you leave.
This is where Hammy leaves the party.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, this is Belle being like, okay, I want out of the situation. What's the quickest route? Just please, just answer my questions and I want to leave. I'm done. I'm tired of this. He's just like, okay, whatever. Fine, I'll see my future.
All right, and he does actually go to explain to you what happened with the ordering, and he says the ordering was shattered. He was shattered by Anam, the Allfather, and he looks amongst all of you and he says it was shattered by him himself to rouse his children from their complacency. However, in a shallow squabble for power, but rather that coming to this land, And perhaps he thought that amidst this chaos he could gain more power, perhaps that he thought he might be able to do something about it, but the ordering was shattered by him, and all that remains now is battling for power. He explains that he says, you should also know that King Hecaton, he has been somewhere even I cannot. But if that is related to this, I am not sure yet. And he sort of looks at you, seeing if he has satisfied your question.
I was like, okay, well, doesn't really help my situation, but I get it. Now about the vision dream thing. Let's get that over with.
I need all of you to agree to it before I do it.
I thought you said we couldn't leave if we didn't.
No, he said. Well, you are welcome to leave whenever you want, but I request, the last request I will ever make, that you visions before you leave. Up to you what you decide to do.
All right, Harmony's gonna get real close to him and be like, "It is absolutely imperative that I see everything in this vision."
Listen here, you bitch.
You were gonna show me
Listen here, old man.
Listen here.
Listen here, old man.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
What's the catch?
The catch of what?
Agreeing to whatever this bargain is you're offering.
There is no bargain. I will show you these visions, and then you can decide what you want to do from there. If you wish to prevent this future, you must seek out these strings. Give the power back to the harp, and when the time comes, I believe you will know what to do with it.
So this,
As for
this
when
is
that
out
is-
of character. Oh, sorry. Please finish.
How is it?
I was just gonna say, so he's implying that the strings are what will give the power back, right? Did you answer? Because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, there.
I hate Discord so much. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So we have the Infinity Harp.
We have the Infinity.
You know,
What I was trying.
All right. So 3 of us have said yes. The other
Yeah.
3 of you need to decide what you want to do.
I don't think I have a choice, but can Harmony see my vision for me?
You always have a choice.
Yeah, there's always a choice.
he says, wish to know your vision, you must see it yourself. you will not be able to see each other's visions.
I would
I'm
like
not
to see.
wanting to see my vision, but if I don't, I'm screwed. I
He
will be
says,
in
"It
very,
is up to
very
you."
dire danger.
Can I see her vision for her?
Unfortunately, no, I cannot show.
No, we've been through this. You can.
Corolla's like
Oh
glaring at
man,
you.
just look at them.
So basically the options are, right, like if you don't see the vision, do you have to leave? Like he makes it sound like we all have to agree, right? So if you say no, is he kicking you out of the mountain?
I think so.
He hasn't said that directly, but it seems that might be the case.
Right. So it's either you're in or you're out.
He just sort of stands there.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, North's fine with this. He just kind of like, yeah,
Nor's
sure.
like, "Oh, are you talking to me?"
They're talking to me.
All right, sweet.
It is grumpy, but she uncrosses her arms and just kind of nods.
Elijah does the exact same thing. Same motion.
All right, the three brothers seem to agree to this as well. They don't know how much of a part they play in this, but they agree to see whatever these visions are. And Harshnag actually stands up and he says, "Believe this place is not for me. All of you luck on your journey." And he sort of stands up and walks out and the way he came.
I'll miss Best Boy Harshnag.
Crap, that was our ride.
What's our ride?
He turns back and says, "I will wait for you outside."
Yes.
Yes, nice.
And he walks up and
He's like, "Don't forget to tip your Uber driver.
5 stars.
Give me 5 stars on the app."
Harshnag, I'm outside.
I love it.
That got me.
All
Okay,
right.
and yeah, if so, you all agree to see this vision.
Heck yeah, brother.
Yeah.
No,
Does
No.
First, I will show you a vision of the past. Your past, but another's. And he,
So it's not our past, it's someone else's past?
the past is. The future, he seems to imply that will be yours.
Okay.
Elvis's.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, I was promised the future. I want my money back.
And suddenly, all of your vision goes black.
I'm blind!
Not
You
again.
seem to be almost floating in space, strange void, and you see 9 people, almost as if you're looking into a mirror. And all of you can see each other, and you're standing there in this void, and in front of you see these 9 figures. What seems to be some sort of moon elf with long silver hair, very, very fancy clothing. You see beside her with long dark hair, and he seems to be wearing sort of knight's armor. And actually, looking at this one in particular, you notice, for the ones of you that sort of got up close to the man you were talking to before, the armor looks exactly the same.
Gasp.
You also see beside them a tiefling, a red tiefling with large wings on its
Whoa.
back. You see a Goliath, a huge hulking man. You see 2 humans, a Triton, which is this sort of fish person, and a Dragonborn. Oh, and a dwarf. The 9 of them total together. And you see all of them, and suddenly you are sort of shown these flashes of moments in time. You see this group fighting, battling together. Many different creatures. You see them fighting giants, dragons, and even what looks to you like devils. And these people fight valiantly. Creatures. You eventually see the moon elf woman with the silver hair holding up this harp. There are 8 strings, each colored a different color. There's white, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and black. And you see this harp. He strums this harp. There's this sort of strange, magical sort of pulse that emanates out from it. And you see all of these creatures that were previously surrounding them, the dragons, the devils, the giants, all vanish. And you see at one point sort of starts to one of them distances itself from the group, the tiefling, and after a while you see as this tiefling, the moon elf woman in the back, seemingly out of nowhere, but unexpected shock amongst all of the party, and you see him take this harp and start to fly away. Many creatures start to rise back. You see these sort of almost portals opening, with devils flooding through. Roaring dragon. Actually, in particular, a massive dragon that has 5 heads. And each of them a different color. One of them's red, one of them's green, one of them's blue, one of them's black, and one of them's white. And amongst all of this, you see these 8 remaining individuals fighting all of these creatures, and eventually fighting this tiefling. And after a long and hard battle, you witness them defeat the tiefling, harp, and all of these creatures disappear once again. But after this, they take this harp, see them remove the strings one by one, put them in places. Some you don't see where they are put, but some are attached to different objects. Some are placed in containers. Some are just scattered to the winds. And as to where they all are, you of course have no idea. And all that remains is this single strings, and each of them sort of fades out one by one until the only one remaining is the one in the armor, and you see he is now. Or not black armor, but the dark hair one in the armor, and you see he has aged greatly to the point where he now looks exactly like he did when you just met him. And your vision goes black again. So you were sort of all together for this. You could all see each other while this was happening, though you could not speak. Now you're going to see visions of the future.
Mm-hmm.
I would like all of you to roll d20s, please, because I want the order you see these in to be completely random. So just roll a 20, and I'll tell you. I'll
Nailed
just do
it.
each one. Time.
Mm-hmm.
Same hat. Oh,
So many threes.
yeah, lots of threes.
Lucky
Didn't work.
threes.
Did it
Alright,
work?
I will say I'll just do it since you all rolled in different orders. Okay. So first, I will tell you Elijah and Turid's vision. Happens, your visions take place at the exact same time, and you are together.
I could have
so
not. Could have.
He lied.
To be fair, he probably didn't know that.
Mm.
You are technically seeing different visions because you are literally seeing this through your own eyes.
Oh, that's cool.
As if you were there. And in fact, you can, once I just start describing this, you can actually move and, but I will ask you to keep in mind that you can speak, but actually, I'll describe it first and then I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me just do this.
Queuing up that good music.
Yeah. Elijah and Turid. Find yourself. Hold on. You all find yourself, or you both find yourself, sitting on the floor of a room, a large stone brick room. There are tapestries, there are windows to the outside, but out those windows, everything is pitch black, almost as if there's no sky at all. There's no stars, nothing, just black. And up against a door, a large door, which you seem to have barred shut. And from the other side of the door, something is slamming, beating against the door. You hear you hear distant cries of agony, but you also hear these snarling, monstrous sounds coming from the other side of this door. You are alone in this room, and you are sort of sitting up against this door. Turid, you are actually you are lying on the floor in front of him. Turid, you feel this, and Elijah, you can see this. Turid looks wounded, to the point where it doesn't seem any sort of amount of healing would help her at this point. In pain, and you both feel massive amounts of pain. And just in this situation, Turid, you actually feel like you're dying right now. And Elijah, you can see her in front of you, and you can both sort of move and speak to your best ability right now. Currently, actually in this situation.
I imagine Elijah's panicking and trying to stop whatever bleeding or injuries that he possibly can.
Yes, I should say, Elijah, as you reach out to sort of help her in any way you can, you realize that its hand is gone. You no longer have it.
Oh man.
And it seems like it possibly already happened before this. It's not freshly bleeding, but it's not really healed either. Seems somewhat bandaged up, but you do not have a right hand.
Was that me or Turid?
You.
Oh.
So Elijah doesn't have his right hand.
Turid, you feel like you're dying.
Cool.
you were dying
Probably
before?
won't be saying too much then.
You can speak, but it hurts to talk.
Honestly, Turd would probably be trying to reassure Elijah.
Welcome to actually do that.
Yeah.
You are both in this situation, so you can say it.
Ah, shit. Shit. I'm gonna. Do I have my bag with me?
Yes. You actually see there's multiple things in there you don't even know what they are. Have your trusty weapons with you. You seem to have most of your stuff.
Can I bar the door any more than I possibly can?
It seems pretty heavily barred for now, but it seems like eventually whatever's trying to will break through.
Is there any escape?
You can't see any option of escape. It feels, you get a feeling in your mind as if you know that there isn't. Met yourself at your last resort. Your true.
There's string nearby.
You don't see any. Actually, roll me a perception check.
Oh man, where are you? Perception. There we go. Do the thing.
You don't. Well,
Oh,
it
hey.
depends. You don't see sort of a string or anything like lying on the ground around you, but as you look around, it's almost like in your sort of peripheral vision, wherever you look, things as if they're going like through the ceiling, through the floor, to, possibly forever, just corners of the room in random places. Almost, you can't tell if they're really there or if they're just illusions, and they seem to sort of fade in and out. But there is not one just like. And you actually didn't notice it all before, but now that you have sort of looked at it, you can see them. They're there.
Can I see these figures?
Yes, as you look around, you can also now see these sort of strings, but they seem sort of ethereal in nature. As you guys are sitting there looking around this, you hear another huge banging on the door from the other side.
Fuck. Shit. I'm gonna empty
I
out
do my best to try to prop myself up using my
empty my bag.
warhammer. Turd's going out fighting. Turd's going out fighting, so she's gonna try and prop herself up as best as she can.
You try to do this. It seems like you get this emotion of as if this is what you're meant to do, but it seems like your body physically does not have the strength to get up.
Can't I use my bear strength?
You can using your sort of bear strength, you are able to sort of pull yourself up on your knees and maybe hold your weapon, but no damage right now. That it seems like this is more than just battle damage at this point.
I think no matter what, Turd does absolutely whatever she can to try and like protect Elijah and like stand against anything that's coming in. Going out fighting.
It's fine. We'll be fine. I probably have some potions. I don't know.
It says
Your
no
bag,
magic.
and it unfortunately seems like there's no potions in your bag. It seems like perhaps maybe you would have had them before, but perhaps you already used them. And Elijah, you see your friend sort of getting up and trying her best, but you just get this feeling of dread as if through end of your rope. And as you guys are sort of sitting there, another sort of large bang on the door happens, and it opens. And in front of you, you see this massive what is some sort of devilish monster. You can make a history check if you want to know what it might be. Does not look from this realm. Oh, 11. I'll give you advantage, Scoob, since you are a tiefling. Okay, Scoob, you recognize this to be a pit fiend.
Oh! Oh, shit.
You are mortified. And this thing approaches you, and it looks like truly the end. Single solitary moment, time stops. Both of you see a harp floating.
The harp?
Yeah, Elijah darts for it.
Because I don't think
As,
Turd can. If anything, Turd's just gonna scream at the pit fiend or whatever it was.
Yeah, Elijah darts for that.
For this this harp, both of your vision goes black. Vision. Let me grab something real quick. You're welcome to talk about that while I
My hand!
I'd probably like fall down to my knees on the floor and just.
Oh well, you
scream at
actually.
the old man.
I will say actually,
What?
Turd, you're aren't back yet. Your vision just went black.
Okay.
Yeah. I just mean you can talk amongst yourself while I'm getting this next.
The freaking pit fiend after us!
Thing I do is
Pit fiends are bad business. They're the sheriffs of the underworld, just about.
I forgot I had myself muted on stream. Whoops. Yeah, that's crazy. And you're missing a hand.
Yeah.
you're gonna be a kingslayer.
Oh.
It's like Jaime Lannister.
What am I gonna use the steel with?
And I was like, did he steal one too many times and someone cut off his hand?
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good theory.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, legitimately the most likely situation.
Yeah, honestly.
A noble, I've reached into some noble's pocket. Noble grabbed it. No. This is mine now.
Kanzi heard it as pit friend instead of pit fiend.
Oh, nice.
Definitely not a friend.
You guys wish.
Friend.
All right, so
Next.
Wow.
next up, Harmony. And you are alone. You are in. You seem to be mostly intact. You don't feel too much physical pain, but you have this overwhelming sense of dread. And as you look around, you notice you are in some sort of and you look around. It seems like you're in some sort of strange study. There are large bookcases with books and test tubes. It almost seems like some sort of laboratory of some kind. You see other people in cages, people you don't recognize, sitting in these cages all over this room. Some of them look mortified. Some of them look completely unresponsive. Some of them are missing limbs. Some of them have more limbs than they should. They're being experimented on. And as you sort of you don't have any of your things, any of your gear, anything. You are just alone in this room. And you hear a sort of laughter from across the room. and after sort of looking around, you see a figure step out of the shadows. And you see a figure step out of the shadow. This figure looks like a devil of some kind. And a history check with advantage.
All right.
You almost immediately recognize this, as it is someone you have studied extensively. And you immediately recognize this to be Mephistopheles, one of the lords of the night. And
So
you see this, time stops, and you see a harp floating in front of you.
Absolutely no hesitation. Lunge for it.
You grab this harp, and your vision goes black.
Oh man, what?
She saw the ruler of the 8th layer of hell. Cool.
She's gonna mess him up.
Yes.
Yes, that's what was about to happen.
I wish her the best.
Yes, she was definitely going to come out fine in that situation.
I mean, it's a magical harp. I don't know. It's the infinity harp.
You're going to hell, my dudes.
Let's see.
I mean,
Corella. Where is it?
the real question is, which one of us sees Asmodeus? Modius.
I don't know.
One of
Jotting
us,
down,
hopefully.
I'm jotting down all the visions and notes and stuff in this little notebook. I feel so
Oh yeah,
serious.
feel free to write these down. They're definitely not they're not away visions.
These
Definitely,
may or may not be important later. I'm writing them down.
Ugh. Yeah. All I'm saying though is, if any of us comes out of a vision like, oh, I saw Asmodeus, I'm gonna be like, cool, I'm converting. If we gotta deal with him eventually, I'm coming in going, praise be, praise be.
Wow.
We're in deep doo-doo, boys.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm trying to find a specific song.
Cool.
Play my #1 jam, please.
Thought I had it. Oh yeah, you're gonna get a jam, all right.
Doubt.
That sounds good.
I'm gonna get turned
pretty
into
good.
jam, maybe.
I thought I had this in here for sure. Where is it?
Well, I guess you have to play some cheerful music
Yeah.
for
You're
my
right.
super happy
Cool.
vision of the future. Totally not gonna get in trouble and see a devil. Nope.
Yeah, did this guy plan for, like, what if someone had a really great future? And they're like, oh, this was fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
We all have horrible visions except one person who's like, I don't know, it seemed
Noir.
pretty good.
Noir has a perfectly peaceful vision.
And Nora's
Yeah.
just like in a field somewhere chilling.
I'm fine with this results.
Yeah, that's okay.
Works
Yeah.
towards making it happen.
Ella opens her eyes and she's kissing Krillin.
No!
God.
The worst nightmare. No.
God.
A
Why would
fate
you
worse
say
than
that?
death.
Kill me now. She'd be like, well, that's it. Just fireball me right here.
Where's the door?
Hi,
oh,
where's the
here
nearest
it is.
volcano? I need to jump in it.
Gross.
All right. Corella. Your eyes open. And the music is not playing. So now your eyes open. You alone. Well, You're alone in that you don't see any friendly faces. But you look around and you are actually... First thing you notice is that you are unable to move. Almost as if you were bound by some sort of magic. You cannot move, you cannot speak, you can only move your eyes and breathe.
Great.
And you, from what you can gather in front of you, you see you are in this large stone brick room. You see a large, very regal-looking door in front of you that is shut, as well as large stained glass windows, some of which have been shattered. On the floor, it seems like part of a large magic circle of some kind. You see sort of fancy-looking lighting fixtures and carpet that have just been strewn aside outside of the circle, and you see many hooded figures wearing these sort of dark blue hoods, very dark blue hoods, and you can't see any of their faces at all. Performing some sort of ritual, and as you sort of gather your surroundings, you realize that you seem to be, though you cannot see the whole thing, in the center of whatever this magic circle is. And suddenly to feel immense amounts of pain as there is all of this sort of almost dark black and red lightning that starts to emanate all over the circle. Several of the hooded figures performing this ritual. Some of them, you see them die, and they just continue. The other ones just continue on as if nothing has happened. This lightning sort of zaps them and just kills them instantly. And you feel immense amounts of pain, more pain than you ever felt in your life, and you see the sky outside the windows start to flicker from day into black, empty, starless night. And the most immense amount of pain in your life. You feel like you're about to pass out, and then suddenly just as you're about to lose consciousness, and in front of you, you see a harp.
Sorry, you cut out at the end. So I see a harp.
What do you do?
Well, I can't move, right? You just said that.
As time stops, you seem to be able to move your arms.
Nailed it. Yeah, I mean, she would reach out and grab the harp with both hands.
At the harp, your vision goes black. All right, who's next?
Awesome, I was part of a ritual sacrifice.
Yay!
It's Reg. Reg,
Yeah.
you
Hello.
anything, or at least it seems like you're not until you realize you are somewhere. You can hear, you can feel, but you cannot see anything. You have no idea where you are. You can't see anything, but you can hear and feel and move. You feel little bouts of pain all over your body, but you seem to be alive. But for some reason, you just can't see anything.
Oh, good.
And you here right now is distantly weeping. feel the floor below you feels like stone of some kind, maybe stone brick, maybe just stone. It's hard to tell without moving around.
Okay. Can I try to move around?
Yeah, you can move around. You walk around the where you are, but you still cannot see anything.
All right,
Oh,
I
that's
move towards the weeping.
You move towards this weeping. As you do, you hear sort of distant screams of pain and agony. As to what is causing them, you have no idea. You have no memory of how you got here, why you're here, and of course, as you are Reg, you are probably very confused. But
That's normal, though.
you can't see anything. It feels like your eyes are open, but you're blind. And you continue moving forward towards this weeping. It seems to be somewhat of a distance away, but you slowly make your way through. As you walk forward, you feel beneath your shoes this sort of almost wet, sticky feeling, and you smell the very distinct smell of iron. But you continue forward.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You keep making your way forward, and eventually you actually hit something with your foot. And I want you to roll me a dexterity saving throw to see if you this. You just barely managed to catch yourself.
Oh.
But as you sort of like feel it around with your foot, a person doesn't seem to be breathing. It seems like perhaps it is a body.
Okay. I'm gonna try to step over it.
You step over the body and you keep moving. And as you keep moving towards this weeping, it gets louder and louder. And you encounter more bodies along the way. But eventually you make it to the source of this weeping. And you hear a soft, my child, in a woman's voice. And lost. You should not be here yet.
What did you say? Sorry.
She says, I see you are lost. You should not be here yet. And she says, to protect this world.
Yep, I missed all of that.
She just said, are you choosing to protect this world?
Okay, I wanted him to respond, new phone, who dis? But yeah, he's just gonna go, yeah, yes. Yeah, yes, but who's this? That's what I'll say.
I will show you. And you feel a very soft hand touch your forehead, and suddenly you see sort of start to fade in. She seems to be restoring your vision somehow. It seems like you were blinded. Restoring this, and now you see the goddess Selyu, whom you recognize immediately. on your studies.
Oh, good.
Yeah, of what she is supposed to look like. You see the goddess that you worship. To view, she looks. And as you look around you, you can see that you are outside, or in this sort of massive city. It looks like a kingdom. You can see a huge castle deeper into town on the top of this large hill, but all around you, you see blood. This is by far the most horrifying sight you've ever seen. And all around you, there is this crying and thing. Like this city has just been ripped to shreds. And you've never been here before. Picture looks vaguely familiar. You have no idea where you are, but you don't see any of your friends. It seems like you were just wandering blind amongst this city. But now you are here. Selyun looks at you and she says, "This is what will happen. This future that is to come." Holds out her hand and is holding a harp in front of you. Sort of hands it to you. Take it.
I don't know. Is there some sort of like? I probably would like get into like a prayer pose to accept it or something. I don't know actually the prayers that he does, but
Laughs a little bit at this and she says, "I'm afraid I such praise anymore. There was nothing I could do to stop this. Perhaps you may change that." And she puts the harp in your hands, and your vision goes black. All right, and now it's time for Bellman. I did say this session was going to be a bit of a doozy.
Yeah, so far I've gotten. I think hell's gonna take over the planet. That's what I've got out of this.
And
Dropping bombs.
Yeah.
finally, it is Bellman.
Yeah. Look.
Hold on. I must have like
You're
deleted or something because they were definitely.
You're really ruining my plan. I'll tell you that though. Of chunk this thing into a volcano. I'm not starting to think that might be a bad plan.
Allie was going into this vision expecting just gold and a big throne.
he did not read the context clues correct at all.
So optimistic.
Yeah.
But you hold on, let me.
Norse was the most chill, and it was still pretty horrible.
It's still fucked up.
Yeah.
No, everyone else is like dying, and Nora's like, "Yeah, I just lost vision. I'm okay."
I'm fine, and I met my patron goddess. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was cool.
She seems nice.
Reg killed all of those people one-handed.
That was me.
Yeah. Yeah. This is when we're gonna find out. Reg went full Black Paladin. Which is like, yeah, no.
Fallen.
I've been murdering a lot of people. A lot.
Bellman, you find yourself relaxing. You are sort of you're sort of hanging out in your forest. It seems you've returned home.
Okay,
I
good.
knew it.
We can stop here.
Yeah, no, it's not over yet. You get this feeling of relief, like you finally made it back. You don't know if you completed your journey or not, or if you finally decided to stop and, it was too much for you. But you made it home. Your trees. You see in front of you many sort of wildlife creatures roaming around. You see actually pretty close by in front of you the massive grandfather tree, which you have come to visit. But yeah, you're just hanging out. It seems like home.
Okay, I'm cool.
What do you do?
I mean, if Bell's home, I guess Bell would probably just do what he always does, right? He's back home, which means he's back to his routine. He's gonna go on his little walks. He's gonna check in on all his little animal friends. He's gonna go take naps in the glade, and they're
Yep.
nice happy thing.
The music.
Yeah, as you're thinking
Um,
about all of this,
Oh, no.
you suddenly notice the sky start to flicker from day to night. A black, empty sky. The stars are gone. There's no moon. There's no sun.
Of course.
It's just black.
But you
And
get for
you
leaving your friends.
even know it. You see all the creatures around you start to run and panic. Stand there awaiting, seeing what is happening. You start to see actual winged devils flying through the skies. Some of them flying down towards you. Edith, you actually watch some of them are suddenly attacked as you hear a massive and a huge ancient red dragon is flying above you in the sky there amongst all of them. And as this sort of dragon lands down in front of you, there's this massive impact as you're watching this battle unfold before your eyes. There is it's pure chaos. You see eventually you see a rise up out of the ground and start to fight both this dragon and these devils. They all seem to be competing, fighting over something. You don't know what, but they're all attacking each other. They don't even seem to pay you any mind. It seems like you're just in the way to them. And you see your forest is lit aflame. You see the grandfather tree itself is on fire. What do you do?
Bella's only got one training when things attack the forest. I saw a big, giant, evil red dragon. I'm gonna chase and go try to murder a big, giant, evil red dragon.
You run at this thing. You fight it. You valiantly fight it. It's not easy. But you some decent damage to it. You are still caught in the crossfire of this battle between this dragon, this giant, and these winged devils. And the sky is still black and empty. You get this natural sense of dread over everything. The forest itself feels afraid. And in this moment, time stops. And you see a harp floating in front of you.
Bell's gonna. He's probably in a battle frenzy, but he's gonna grab it if it's in front of him. He might not really even realize what it is, but he'll grab it.
As you grab it, your vision goes black. And suddenly, all of you can see. However, you are not back yet. You are floating in a sort of black void again, like the vision of the past. And you see Turret, like you saw before, these strings stretching on for infinity, and seemingly far more than 8 of them. They're just all over the place, going on. You don't know what they mean. They seem ethereal, strange. You all your eyes, and you can all see each other reaching for this harp. And all see each other. You all, I assume, have pained expressions, maybe of fear. You don't know. This is all of you, for all of you, this is directly after you grab the harp. Not an instant wasted in between them. You see it floating in front of you.
Man, this movie.
Wow, I hate it.
Yeah, same. I will say though, pausing real quick, Bacon, great choice on music. You instantly took my heart rate down like you dropped my heart rate real fast the second the song started. My heart rate was like, oh, now we're cool.
Thank you.
I love it.
Do you all reach out and grab this harp?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you grab this harp, you feel this energy flowing through all of you. You just see you six. You don't see the three tiefling brothers. Just you six. And you are all holding on to this harp. As you do, this magical energy starts to flow through the harp, through you, through these strings surrounding you. You feel a sensation you've never felt, every emotion at once. You feel fear, you feel joy, you see these flashes of all of your visions that you had, just moments of them. And as you grab them, you see a single string appear solid in the harp, and the other 7 missing strings are filled in with these ethereal, almost see-through colored strings. And suddenly, you all wake up, lying on the floor of this room that you were in before, the large round room.
I look around for Turd.
See
Probably
Turd.
is, like, sleeping.
Everybody, you look exactly the same as you did before. Obviously, you have seen.
I shamble over to Turret and just like put my hands on her shoulder and make sure she's okay, just in case.
Yeah, Turd's probably just like on the floor, breathing heavily and like super, super angry. I don't like magic.
What was that?
And Turd probably grabs Elijah's hand just to make sure it's still there.
It is. Your hand is there again.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my palm then.
And as you all sort of look around the room, you see the 3 brothers get sort of stand up, confused as well. But in the middle of the room, you see the harp held in the hands of a skeleton that is lying on the floor. You see a heap of armor and clothes, and and the man that was once there is gone.
No.
I'm not sure.
It looks the same as in your final vision. It now has a string, and the rest of them seem to have been filled in with these ethereal strings, as if to suggest you can play them, but they may not have the same effect as they would with all of the strings. Oh.
Wow.
How you guys doing?
Well,
I mean, my first instinct is to have Turd go kick his skull across the room, but I don't know if she's that disrespectful of dead things.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say Bell hasn't moved. Like Bell is in that moment where like you can even hear it, I guess, because like he's breathing real heavy. Like for him, like his heart rate's like going like at max speed. Like he's in full on just straight rage mode because of what he saw. It ain't stopped.
Yeah.
Like, so I think his response to all this is be like, we need to go. We have things to solve.
Harmony's going to be very, very thoughtful and quiet. She's going to go perform some last rites over the skeleton.
Yeah, Elijah balls up his right fist and then he walks over.
Like
and
the
grabs
Arthur
her.
meme.
Yes, exactly.
Do any of you harp?
Yeah, Elijah grabs the harp.
As you grab the harp, load. No, I'm just...
You disintegrate and you
My
fucking
right
die.
hand falls off.
The visions come to pass.
You feel this energy flowing through you again. this harp seems to have regained some of its power. As for what it does, you don't know yet.
It's telling you to kill your friends.
I don't like
Telling
it.
you to kill your friends. Yeah, I did forget to mention that part. But you now hold this harp. Legendary Equinox. Welcome to give it to whoever in the party you think will get the best use out of it, although you don't know what it does yet, so who's to say? Attunement as well, so anyone can use it.
It already has one string in it from that guy.
Yeah.
The string has seemed to have materialized somehow. Perhaps he put it in there, perhaps it appeared somehow. But you feel this sudden feeling of rejuvenation after picking it up. You feel a lot more hope for the future than you did moments ago.
I pluck it.
You pluck it, you hear a beautiful sound. And it rings amongst all of you. It's like, it doesn't sound like any harp you've ever heard. It's beautiful. Strumming it like that didn't seem to do anything magical. Now you have this harp.
Might add a skeleton.
The people, the three brothers, sort of look at you guys and say, what did you guys see?"
Courage just stares at
Dead
the dead.
quiet.
Yeah, I'm saying nut. I'm just hard staring at him.
Nothing particularly great, unfortunately. What did you see?
They sort of look amongst the three of them and they say, well, we saw what we believe was our horrible creatures, and we were sort of cornered in this place, and after that it was over. We didn't see anything else. Our vision went to black and we woke up here.
Did you see a harp?
Not see the harp. And the other two sort of nod and agree. And they sort of look at all of you.
Y'all saw monsters? That's crazy. Says Nor.
What did you see, Noah?
A lot of bodies. There's a lot of bodies. That's about it.
Oh no. I feel like we all saw something rather shaking in that vision. I don't know if anyone wants to discuss it.
Courage looks at the three brothers and says, "You should go home."
They all look towards you and they say, listen. The oldest one speaks up actually and says, listen. We've been searching for the answers to disappearance for a long time. As connected to this as you all clearly are. We're not just gonna give up and not do anything.
Are they, though? As connected as the rest of us are?
Don't touch a harp or
saying-
anything, so.
I didn't see a harp. I don't know.
They said they aren't. They don't believe they are.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Bacon, you always with the cutting
yeah.
out.
Sorry.
Discord hates.
I wish it's totally Discord too, because it's not. My mic is
No,
fine.
it's
I
not
stream
your
it
mic.
all the
It's
time.
not your
Yeah, yeah.
microphone.
But I think it usually helps when I speak louder, so I'll just try and do that.
Just yell.
Yeah.
Not gonna give up. We're gonna stop. We're not just going to stop. We'll do our journey and
Die.
we'll help you
stay
wherever
with
we
us.
can. find these strings. I'm sure it's what our father would have wanted. Well, we'll
Carla
do anything we
looks-
can.
Yeah, Carla looks visibly, like, torn about if they should stay or not.
They actually say we don't have any plans to directly. We fear that may be a little too dangerous for us. But
Probably.
keep looking, and if we happen to run into you again, we'll be glad to lend you a hand. Answers
She
we
looks
need to find
relieved.
about our.
Is that some kind of joke?
There's still more answers we need to find regarding our father's disappearance. I believe
Yes.
it was just a coincidence that he died looking for this harp.
Yes,
Going on
perhaps this is where our paths diverge until we meet again in the future.
Perhaps. Although I don't want to do that awkward thing where like we both say we're leaving and then we both walk the same way, because we're definitely gonna walk the same way. We all came here with a giant. But like after that though.
Yes, after that, yes.
I look to Turid, say,
What were we doing fighting a pit fiend?
I honestly
I
don't
don't
know
know.
if you would know what that is.
yeah. I mean, Elijah does. He just assumes.
You definitely would.
Bird just kind of looks at him. Confused.
Oh.
Yeah, Elijah's just kind of holding onto it, staring at it.
You're welcome to take it. I know before, so if you guys think that's best, whatever you guys want to do, it's up to you guys.
I
as a
just
group.
don't want him to sell it.
Yeah.
Good point.
Anyone
Although
else,
at this,
anyone else
at
grab
this
it.
point, after what he just saw, I don't think even Elijah would sell this thing.
Fair.
Yeah.
Doubt.
Dirt cheap, whatever I can get for it.
5 cents.
Where's the nearest pawn shop?
You give it to that old man with the jar.
Got this spooky harp.
Yeah.
Just leave it on the skeleton.
And yeah, as you took the harp from the skeleton, and as you sort of give it its last rites harmony, the skeleton sort of just dissipates into dust and sort of. It seems that this man has a long time, and from what he described that these events, the original events with the harp, happened thousands of years ago. So the fact that he was still here seemed.
Maybe the
even-
string was
even
inside
for
of him all along.
I know.
Was he just decked out in armor, or did he actually have like pouches and stuff on?
Are you gonna
Just-
rob?
Yes.
If he has
he
pockets,
had-
I'd
He had
take them, but
ancient
if
looking. No, he had ancient looking armor,
just ceremonial stuff.
rusted, and a cloak, but nothing else. It doesn't. None of it seems magical in nature. That it doesn't have anything else on him.
Well, shit.
Um.
I guess we better tell Crowan.
Make me a perception check.
Who?
Scoom, since he's
Okay.
looking for stuff.
Oh. Nice.
You did it.
Unfortunately, you don't. But yeah,
Well.
all sort of are standing here.
Well, that was horrible. Do we want to leave?
Yeah. Yes.
Uber's
I-
waiting outside.
Yeah,
I
Uber's
could
waiting.
go
I'm just
home.
outside.
As you guys are sort of discussing this, suddenly feel a massive sort of explosion, and you feel the ground beneath you shake.
No.
And which is impressive because you're deep in this temple. Anything, but there was a loud sort of impact, and it seemed to be coming from all the way up the stairs.
Our way out?
Yes, the way you came in and the way out.
Didn't he say there was another door leading deeper into like the Allfather's Eye or something?
Yes, he did. But if you, I'll just say, that's why I was making you make the perception check before. But if you're going to specifically investigate for that,
Yeah.
You go back to this wall, and as you open it, it's another large circular room where you see these large, giant runes on the walls. Large doorway with 6 specific runes, but it's almost as if like it's a doorway, but there's just a wall there. There's no door, and it's giant sized. And 6 runes, like this. But you don't know what these mean. Just ignore the fact that it definitely says what they mean. Well, it says their names, but you don't know what those actually mean, anyways. But you see those, and you see this large doorway, and it doesn't seem like there's any way to activate this, possibly from this side. It seems like you can exit this way.
Now I'm doing that pinching thing that Bellaman was doing before. With the
Yeah,
pinch of
where
his
you
nose.
just rub the bed. Like
Doing this, you hear another large impact.
What? Why do we never get? Why is ever? Like that bell's even like. I just wanted like at least like 10 minutes for this. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
No process time. Let's go. It's just gonna charge through, I guess. If there's an open archway, it's like that's just go. Fuck it.
Way down there, it's like there's just a wall. It doesn't seem like you can exit that way. The only way to exit, as far as you can see, is going back up the way you came.
Did
the
you
harp.
say this was supposed to be a key?
I'm gonna be honest with you. He didn't mean that literally.
Fair.
Just to save you some time.
just shove the harp against the wall. Like, let me out.
It's a key.
It's a key.
He said it's
Like,
a key.
dang it.
Giants.
So the explosion is coming from both directions, you said?
No, just from back up the exit, the way you came. The way Harshnag went.
Oh.
We need to move.
It wasn't much of an explosion as well. You can't really tell. It was a loud sound. It could have been a large impact. It could have been an explosion.
Maybe he just sneezed.
Maybe twice. It's definitely, it's definitely possible.
Spat out.
But what do you guys do?
This bell's charging ahead.
No, I thought it was an open archway. I didn't realize it was just a wall.
It's just a way I can't go through the wall. Or
There are only
can
options
he?
to go back, I guess.
Honestly, with Bell seeing these symbols is having this a weird thought that I am. So Bell is going to walk up to this archway, right? Are these symbols in the same order over the archway? Like Hog and Eyes on the bottom, Stein, Sky, and then Uvir, Illid? Like the same order?
Yes.
He's going to reach up. He's going to touch the sky symbol and see if anything happens. Me and Bell have an idea.
From where you are, it doesn't seem to do anything.
I was hoping.
That
Yeah.
would have
Guys,
been cool.
this is bad time for puzzle solving. We gotta go.
I'll just tell you, the stuff you try to do, it doesn't seem like it works from this side.
Nor's right. We need to get out of here.
It seems like perhaps, from what I'll just tell you, since you would be proficient with giant sort of stuff, it seems like perhaps this is sort of a magical doorway, but it seems like it can only be opened from the other side.
Okay. Because I said, yeah, my thought, and I guess Bell's thought was like these seem like each of the types of giants. So I was thinking maybe each one's like a teleporter to like their place. So I was like sky giants. They're nice-ish. Okay.
Yeah, this is taken directly out of Storm King's Thunder, so.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was just like sky, and I remember there are 8 giant types. Okay, then I guess if there's only one way out.
Yeah, Ella grabs him by the wrist. Let's go this way.
Let's go.
You guys heading
Are Are we running away from the loud noise?
The only way out is the way the
Yeah.
I
loudness is
mean,
coming from.
Better go save our friend.
let's go save the Uber driver.
Allie's
Let's
gonna
go. We need
talk to
him. He
Harp
drove
in
us
his head.
here.
Yeah, I mean, we have
all right, you guys
we have to
all
get
sort of
out.
Mm-hmm.
Have a
run,
choice.
taking some of the wall with you.
That's cool.
Come on, goat.
Oh yeah,
look
the
at-
goat. Did he have a vision?
Uh,
Was the goat there?
on his vision, yes, the goat was there.
Was
Um,
Harmony's Cat Friday there?
vision definitely not.
In hell?
Yeah, he came to hell with her.
You all sort of move up, and you eventually make your way up to the top of this this staircase. And as you do, you see a
devil.
see a devil, but you don't see exactly a friendly sight.
I didn't assume so.
Oh, good.
And
It's our friend, isn't it?
as you make it,
Snake lady?
Yo, if it's
No.
a snake lady, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Jesus.
It may be worse.
No.
And hold on, let me just fix something real quick. But I will describe, while I'm doing this, I will describe. No. You see a massive group of people, all sort of lined up, almost like an army, a small militia of people, lined up in front of this mountain entrance to this door. Very many of them. A lot of them are wearing different clothes, and upon looking at them, it's weird. It's like an amalgamation of different groups. It almost looks like a lot of them look like they're wearing the same clothes as the Zentarum members you fought before, like the ones with Caladarcope or the Seven Snakes or the Black Armored Man. Some of them seem to be perhaps cultists of some kind, wearing sort of scale stuff, and like they seem very sort of have this dragon aesthetic, I guess is the best way to put it.
Are they wearing dark blue robes?
However, far back center of all of them, figure wearing a dark blue robe. And can you all see this now?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what you see.
Aw, jeez.
This is the most enemies you've ever seen at once, and they don't weak. It just sort of completely surround. Harshnag is actually here and is sort of tied like around the legs with these massive chains, surrounded by these people.
So
Actually,
here has AoE because we have a lot of it.
yeah, and you see all of them, and from the back, this hooded figure sort of speaks. Seems to be speaking in a calm tone. And he's pretty far away. You can all hear him, almost as if he's talking directly to you. And he says, "I will be taking that harp now. It's good for you." And you are currently just surrounded by this large army. You do.
Throw some hands.
Bird, like bangs her warhammer on the ground,
Yeah.
trying to like intimidate them.
Elijah steps forward a little bit and says, "We don't know what you're speaking of. Not seen any harp."
It's the harp behind his back.
I was gonna say, is he holding it still?
Yeah,
I'll say.
he crammed it in his bag before we went up the stairs.
Roll me a deception check.
Come on, Elijah's good at lying, right?
I think he is.
+7.
He does not.
Ooh.
Well, hold on. Let me grab something real quick.
That was not a good roll.
No, Elijah, learn to lie better.
Well,
It's the stress, isn't it? It's the stress.
badly executed. Yeah, we saw quite a bit just there.
Yeah. That's it. Elijah's good. It's just he's stressed out right now. We all are.
He's failed a few of them, though, hasn't he?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I
Maybe.
don't think so. Most of my persuasion stuff is my
No,
beef.
this isn't persuasion. This is deception.
Oh yeah.
I think one time you tried to lie to someone else too, and it didn't work.
I think the only time I failed was deceiving Reg. Noir.
He's just too smart.
Yeah, he doesn't believe you at all. Like, not even a little bit. And he just sort of and holds out a hand, beckoning, and he says, unless you want your lives to end here, I suggest you hand it over.
I don't think we should give them the harp.
No. I think we should.
No.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Go wrong.
I think these guys are going to make great stress relief.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
in that case,
Yeah, suck it, weird cult guy.
Yeah.
in that case, I'd like all of you to roll initiative.
Okay.
Aren't we gonna call it at like 5:30?
Yeah.
I
For 30
can
more
go
minutes.
for
We can
a
just start the
little bit.
battle.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can go for a little bit.
Okay. Let me. Initiative.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah, just say-
remember where it is.
At the top. Right
Hey!
Next to, yeah. Right.
What's
I
a
need one for the goat.
character sheet? Oh. Forgot I have feet.
Yeah, I need to see here.
I have 2 feet.
So, how you guys enjoying the session so far?
My hand!
Reg, that one.
No desire to take his turn. He's like, oh,
Plus
fight?
0.
He's like, do I have to fight?
He's like drawing stuff in the sand or in the snow.
Oh, I thought we were being friendly. My bad.
Me and the goat gonna go.
Damn.
We throwing hands.
Go twice, right?
So does the goat get an extra turn?
I don't. Yeah. Does the goat get to double down? Just.
Please.
I don't even know what.
shared your turn with
Yep.
the goat.
The goat has its own initiative.
Oh,
Yeah. No, me and the goat share a turn. There's certain maneuvers I can do that make it to where we combine, but
okay.
usually we are separate.
The same turn, but you have to like wait.
So
Yeah. Usually I get on the goat's back and then hold my turn till the goat's turn.
So when Allie plucked the harp, it didn't do anything. It just like sent out a magical force.
So we know.
Yeah, it
when
just sounded pretty.
when you plucked the harp, it didn't seem to do anything specific. No.
It just sounded.
I'll pluck it at someone.
Yeah, pluck it at somebody.
Yeah, try to aim it at him this time.
Their direction.
Just pluck in his general direction.
Yeah. I pluck at you, sir.
I pluck my hop at you, sir.
Base it.
It's gonna turn out. It's like, oh no, it's tuned for D. It only makes injured people in C sharp.
We are the Harbingers. Bing. Thank you. That's all we have for tonight.
I'd say we need to get more magical instruments.
I have the
anybody
tuning
know how to
fork.
play
So we have a harp, a
Oh
tuning.
my goodness.
Whoa, I didn't think you could roll below
Use
1.
it.
I forget what the range on it was.
Oh, the tuning fork?
Yeah.
I can look it up for you. It's in
All of us,
Right.
right?
Yeah, don't stand near me when I use it. But I'm ready.
If you strike the tuning fork against anything hard, it will ring with a very high frequency, of which anyone within 100 feet can hear. Anyone within 30 feet has to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. If they fail, they take 2d8 psychic damage, and if they succeed, they take half that. Anyone within 10 feet who fails the Constitution saving throw is also knocked unconscious, but can be awoken simply by being shaken awake.
A
You
very
must-
important. I was gonna say, a very important note for that. Turret. That's the only damage you don't resist.
It
Can't
has
hurt
3
my
uses
skin,
per
but you
day,
hurt my
all
feelings.
of which are regained after a long rest. And uses have been expended, it becomes a regular tuning fork until it's recharged.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Or if you were to deafen yourself in whatever way possible, like completely cover your ears or something like that, it would not affect you.
Oh, so you have to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't bring our earmuffs.
Oh.
Just don't stand near me. It'll be okay.
Wait, realize we can we just treat it like a grenade. We just chuck it. Aim for that rock. Aim for that rock right there.
Is definitely a possibility. It's not impossible for
Oh,
that to work.
speaking of grenades, I have one.
Oh, shit.
True. I forgot about that.
I have a gas grenade.
Let's actually go.
Let's do this.
But yeah, who am I missing?
Should I
Harmony.
reroll to actually get on the Turner?
My
Yeah,
hammer
whatever
banging
you
on the
roll.
ground
That's fine.
intimidate anyone?
What did you get? A 22? Yeah, okay.
What did you say, Turd?
Oh, I was wondering if me banging my hammer on the ground was able to intimidate anyone. If that would help.
Roll intimidation. This one dude, like right here, this guy right here.
Huh?
You see this guy right here? He just kind of looks at you and runs away.
Hey!
Oh shit!
That's awesome.
Or, like a huge smile. I'm like, yes.
Still got it.
Thinning out their forces.
Let's see, 10.
Well, I helped.
Okay.
No, you have a blown kiss.
Yeah. He blew her a kiss and she put it in her pocket.
Oh man, that was ages ago.
All right, now I gotta roll initiative for all of these hacks.
Oh man.
An individual one for each.
Oh god.
God, no thanks.
Why you separate them?
You could separate them by hemisphere. There's so
Yep.
many.
We have a giant on our side, so
Well, do we
Currently
he's locked
restrained.
up at the
We
moment?
gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta free him first if we're gonna.
could throw my
Just-
stinky ball thing at him.
Excuse me.
Well then.
Excuse me, yo, what?
This thing, and I take out this janky.
She covers her
looking-
eyes. It's just like, oh. You're like, ah.
Allie, have some decency. While we wait, side note, Microsoft conference been hype.
Nice.
Tried to mute myself like 5 times the screen.
Have they announced anything cool?
Yes. We got Cyberpunk. We have its release date.
Oh, really? When is it?
Nice.
April 16th next year.
Next year. We'll
Wah,
see
blah,
how
blah, blah.
far that's gonna get pushed back.
Minecraft is getting a Diablo type thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
What is Minecraft? Is
It's called Minecraft Dungeons.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Age of Empires 2 is getting a 4K update and new content.
Gears
Cool.
of
Saw
War
that.
5.
Psychonauts 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Battletoads.
Battletoads?
Battletoads, the new Battletoads.
Battletoads!
Oh, Dragon Ball Z is getting a action RPG.
Oh, cool.
Did you hear that?
Also,
Sorry.
if you buy Xbox Game Pass currently on Xbox, you get
Keanu.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is now also in Cyberpunk.
Keanu Reeves.
He's really getting out there on the map again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Forza, and Forza is also turning into Lego Forza.
Oh boy.
We're getting a Lego racing game. Um, yeah. What is one of the craziest parts though was oh yeah, the Game Pass thing. If you buy it currently for $15 a month, right now you get on PC Master Chief Collection. The Hollow Knight, every Gears of War game, I want to say, um, every Metro game, which is and some other stuff. Yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Cyberpunk is satisfying.
It looked real sweet. I like how every trailer has a different character as the protagonist.
That's cool. Yeah, because they're supposed to be like first-person customizable.
Yep. So it's just like, oh, and Phantom Star Online too. That's a callback. Phantom Star Online. That was like my first MMO.
Oh, Keanu, Cyberpunk Keanu.
Kanzi, the
There you
Discord
go.
overlay is not working right now. And it's not
Yeah.
just a me thing, it just doesn't work. Like another streamer I know couldn't get it to work the other day too.
Also, there's a cool little game they just wrote about pretty much a guy gets attacked. You pretty much play. It's a 12-minute game that just repeats itself, and so you can change things to try to at least figure out how to solve it. So it's fun. It's a little 12.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
Let's go.
ready to go. Took me a while to get all those initiatives in the order, but
Just heard all the dice flying around.
The tings.
All the
Yep, just-
tings.
Tell us who goes first.
right. Well, up in
Actually,
the order,
Did anybody beat my goat?
nobody beat your goat.
I thought not. Ain't nobody better than my goat.
First up in the order is your goat, Bellman.
I gotta
What do you
figure.
wanna
Okay,
do?
what all moves does my goat have again?
I will say this does seem like your toughest battle yet. So,
Probably.
good luck.
Try not to die, everyone.
Okay, what are my goat's abilities? Okay, so
I will tell you just at a glance, these guys all seem to be sort of rogues, stronger. These guys seem to be a little bit weaker rogues. These ones seem to be magic casters of some kind. I have no idea what this guy is or what he can do.
35, 45. Well, let's start by helping free our giant friend. So my goat is going to charge. It will move up here and it will do a charge attack. It misses.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, roll a
Aw.
1. It missed. Okay, that's,
well,
that's,
I
that's the
believe-
goat's turns.
Oh, that was both of its turns?
It gets 2 turns. Oh, then it's on its second turn. It's gonna make a regular attack. I forgot it gets 2 turns. So it's gonna make a ram then.
Right.
13. So it's 13 hit on whatever this guy is.
Let me make sure. Unfortunately, no, a 13 does not hit that guy.
Okay, then that's the goat's turn. That's all I can.
Its turn. Next up in the order, it is Elijah.
Elijah's gonna move over to the right a little bit and take a pot shot with his bow at this buddy right here. Give me a sec.
Map is so horribly drawn, by the way. I did it in this, so it's
It's
a little rough,
so
but it gets
beautiful.
the job done.
Yeah, it is
Spell do I have?
perfect.
All right, that's a 19 to hit. That definitely hits. And you did 8 damage,
Yep.
and you weren't hiding or anything, so it's not a sneak attack. So it's just 8.
Yeah. And for my bonus action, I'm gonna hide.
All right. More movement.
Yeah, I use like 25 feet. I have
You can
like 5 more
move
feet.
maybe a little bit closer to the rocks to hide easier, because there's more sort of like jagged rocks over here near the walls that you could hide behind.
That'll hide.
All right, and that is Elijah's turn. Now it is Bellman.
Oh, okay.
Where's my stealth?
There it is. There's the thing I need. How many spell slots do I have?
Let's see.
7. So I got that. That's the last one. Okay, I have 4 slots. Got it. What do I want to cast? I should cast this. Last lesson.
God, it's so hot in this room. It is 84 degrees in my room right now.
Jesus.
I understand.
My
your pain.
AC is just broken, so it just kind of does that sometimes, and it's not fun.
Okay.
Especially when I'm streaming, because that's usually when it happens.
So, I'm going to start by using up my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on this boy. The one near my goat. Then I am going to... How far is he? He is... Feet. Shit. So, yeah. Okay, then. I will move up. Is... Move here. I will shoot him with my bow. Not reach him with my halberd. So let's shoot him.
Let's see what you roll.
I miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does miss.
Yep. It's my turn.
In that case, it is the hooded figure's turn.
Wow.
Anything. He just stands there.
What a 1, 2, 6.
No,
He's
he just
the Night
doesn't.
King.
Yeah, he just seems to not right now, and just skips his turn. So it is now these guys' turns, and they are going to sort of run towards all of you. They move. And this one is right next to you, Scoom. I'm gonna see if he can see you. Does not notice you. You're still hidden, Scoom.
Okay.
Is pretty close to you. And that is their turn. Oh, one of them moved over. That's right. All right. These guys are going to let's see. The sort of looking dudes on the right are going to all go and cast. Let's see. What can they cast? Make sure. Hey. Oh, no, they can't do that. You're too far away.
I don't want to pull
They-
because then they're gonna know who has it.
That is true.
And then they're all they're gunning for you.
Exactly.
Oh,
Although I
sweet.
could ditch it, give it to somebody
A
else.
good idea.
Martin Souls.
He throws it to Bellaman.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's like, what's... Uh-oh.
These cultists are going to.
What was that group called? Force Grey. Are those? Do I suspect that that's who these people are?
These don't seem like Force Grey at all. Force Grey was the group that. It seems like an amalgamation of multiple groups. Just your weird dragon armored people you don't recognize, but the ones really do the thing because I have. And also these guys that are running towards you, these seem like members of the Zentarum, like people you fought before. Would have worked with the black armored dude from before, but you don't see him here, obviously.
Do the dragon armor people look? Is their armor like edgy looking or noble looking?
Very edgy. Very edgy.
Okay.
You can make me. You can make me. All of you can make me a history check to see if you might know what these are, since you've been sort of. And you might have some idea.
Yeah, I don't.
+1.
That's good enough. You
you.
think.
Yep.
You think
Hank?
these might be the so-called dragon cultists, though for what they are here, you do not know. Well, you can probably guess the heart, but you don't know why they specifically are here.
They love history.
They wanted to go. That belongs in a museum.
It's always cultists.
That is always
Okay,
Cultists.
they are going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, not as bad as I
At
thought. I really thought were spells.
these guys. They're going to cast one at Cass, one at Turid, one at because it doesn't reach, and one at Turid. So 2 at Turid, 2 at Cass.
Oh.
And roll to, oh, actually, I need both of you to make 2 separate dexterity saving throws.
Where are we? Dexterity.
Do attack of opportunities happen whenever
Sorry, I
people
don't know
get
if that was saving.
Dexterity save, yeah.
Who's doing it? This guy? Oh.
At least it was the save.
Is it that man?
All right. So you are on 13. What is their DC? All right, you. More. Dex save. You only made 1.
Sorry. Uh-oh.
Okay, you both get hit once, but you dodged the second one.
What was the name of the spell again?
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
Thank you.
So
how
you-
much health?
You both take Turid, you take 9 damage, 9 radiant damage, and Harmony, you take 7 radiant damage. And that is their turn. And now it is your turn, Harmony.
All right, we're gonna do some stuff.
What you gonna do?
Well, let me tell you.
Oh, sorry. 1 sec. Did I make it into the turn order?
Yeah, are you not?
17.
Did I not?
Yeah.
I don't-
You're the top one right now. For me, anyway.
Yeah, I don't even
I don't
see me in the
see-
turn order.
No, I guess I didn't. That's my bad. I'll let you go. I'll let you go now.
Sure.
Yeah, what do you want to do? This kind of even gives you an advantage because these guys are right in front of you now, so you can just smack them.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack him. So I'll go to this guy, I guess. Time since I've done this.
Yep.
Swing at him with my warhammer.
Okay.
Yep.
That definitely
snack?
hits. Definitely give him a good.
Well,
Is
that's
that
what
a
I wanted. I tried to hit the.
You click on the thing under the actual attack on the chat thing.
Yeah, you'd click Warhammer and in chat.
There you go. Thank you.
10 damage to this guy. And do you get 2 attacks? Do you have
I
extra
believe
attack
so.
as a barbarian? Okay, then I'll just count that second one, so that also hits.
Click it.
Okay, and then.
Ooh. Also, I might miss it, but Kurt, are you raging?
I did not rage yet. Can I use my
You can-
next or my to go into rage? Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna rage then.
Okay, you're raging now.
Rage.
And that is your turn. Oh, it is Harmony's turn.
Good news. I had time to think about what I wanted to do. Okay, I want to cast Shield of Faith on Turid.
Thank you.
Shield of Faith. All right. Describe to me exactly what that does, please. I know, but if you want to, you can. In fact, describe what you do. Since you're using magic, it's always fun to describe your magic. What do you do to cast this?
Gonna take out my whatchamacallit? Like, what are they called? Oh my
Arcane
god.
Spellcasting focus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she has that necklace that has the symbol
Yeah,
of
your
her god
host.
on it.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take that out, wrap it around her hand, and like just run up and tag Turid.
I think you can actually. I think it has a range of 60 feet, so I don't think you have to move. It does.
No, it's cool.
And
We're gonna do
Shield of-
that anyway.
Shield of Faith is a bonus action too, so you can still do other stuff. You just can't cast another spell. But yeah, that's so now Turid for the next 10 minutes, as long as she doesn't use another concentration spell, you have a +2 bonus to AC.
Great.
And do you want to do anything
Okay.
else? You used your bonus action, so or you used a spell, so you can't use another spell, but you can use an action of whatever you want to do.
Okay, well we should do something because there's a lot of boys.
A physical weapon you can smack one with, you can do that.
Yes. I got a light crossbow.
You can shoot one.
All right, I'm gonna shoot this guy. Let me just
All right, sweet.
yeah, that boy.
Definitely hits. Roll damage. How's everybody enjoying the stream, by the way? Everybody in chat, how you guys doing? How are y'all you doing? Are you guys having a good time?
Yeah.
Guys, I forgot how to roll damage.
Click crossbow underneath the in the chat.
Yeah, under the roll.
The
E.
yeah, there you go. All right, 5 damage.
Oh, that's
sweet.
that's helpful. Yep, that's easy.
All right, and that is your turn. So it is now the bandits on the left. Can't really do any. Well, can they? Can they do stuff from a distance? They are actually all going to shoot at you guys with crossbows. So let's see. 2 of them are going to shoot. And one of them is going to shoot at. One of them's going to shoot at Corella, and the other one is really would not logically be able to shoot any of you because Harshnag's kind of in the way. So he's just going to shoot Harshnag. So let me roll for all those to hit.
Or me.
Harshnag. Let's see if he hits Harshnag. Nope, definitely not. Rolling that one. He actually shoots himself in the foot. It's really unfortunate and very funny. Two of them are going to shoot at Bellaman. One of them gets a 18 to hit.
That hit.
And the other one, I dropped the dice. The other one gets a. Definitely not. Reg, you get hit. That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And Corella, that is a. Oh, that's not gonna hit either. All right, so Bellaman, you get hit once, and
bitch.
and Reg, you get hit once.
For how much?
So you
Sorry, damage.
take. I guess Bellaman, you take. Bellaman, you take 6 damage,
Gotcha.
and Reg, you take 5 damage. This is piercing damage. If you guys have any.
Nope.
If you do. And that is all of their turns. It is now the right bandits' turns, and these ones are going to sort of start running towards you guys. And let's see what their movement is. Speed 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. 5, 15. Wait, well, it just keeps giving numbers. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Whatever. They're where they are. I definitely missed some numbers there, but don't worry about that. They are there now, and that is their turn. It is now your turn, Corella.
Okie dokie. Let me think about this. I'm going to. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself, and I'm going to Misty Step further away from the guys who just got here. If I can do that. Yeah, it's a bonus action, right? Am I allowed to do that?
To do what?
Cast Misty Step after casting Mage Armor.
Yes. Well,
So you need Warcaster for that.
They are both. Yeah, I think they are both spells, so I don't think you can do that, unfortunately. But you can just
Well,
move.
you
You can just physically move.
I mean, but just to be clear though, like, cantrips are spells, but you can cantrip and Misty Step. So
Yes.
right, yeah. So it's not just a spell; it's the other thing. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just gonna move. What's it? 5 every space. 5, 10. 15.
Yes, every space is 5 feet.
All right, move over there.
Only 2. That counts as move 5 feet still. What is your AC now? What's your Dex mod?
Hold on a second.
Your AC is next to your
It
initiative.
is 2. Okay, so your AC is now 15.
Yeah, I have a thing in my inventory that when I turn it on, it puts the effects of Mage Armor on me. Just...
All right, well,
What does your
that is
Mage
your
Armor look
turn
like?
then.
Yeah, that's it. I can't do anything else.
That is a spell, correct?
What
Mage
is
Armor?
Mage Armor? Yes.
Roll me a d20. What? Another one, just to make sure.
Mhm.
That's it, guys. I die.
Hi. Okay, no, something
Oh,
broken. That can't be right.
No, it's
Oh, roll, type /R space d20 without the 1.
Oh, okay.
That's, there we go. What to say? There's no way you get 1 every time. Okay, nothing happened. Your turn. Left bandits. these guys are all going to try and attack Harshnag. They have now sort of restrained. Let's see. Say. That hits. That hits.
I have to get that.
That hits.
They have crossbows. That disadvantage if I jump on top.
It's true. Okay.
Okay. 3 attacks. I failed everyone.
Okay. Harshnag takes some damage. And now it is this who are going to shoot Sacred Flame at Bellman and at Harshnag. So yeah, make 2 dexterity saves, and Harshnag.
Wow!
Oh, man.
Wait, what?
Wow.
I have rolled 5, 6.
Cursed.
Oh. Not even cursed. It's the literal same number.
Try again. Just to make sure it's not broken.
Okay, no, I rolled lower. Never mind. It was-
You're just unlucky. That sucks.
What the fuck? Yeah. Okay.
Cursed.
Yeah.
Statistically, actually gets almost to counter this. But...
Harshnag actually has disadvantage on both of these, because he is currently restrained.
Yep.
However, I believe Harshnag, he's gonna go at the end of the order, but I believe he can still attack. It just has disadvantage. I should probably add him in.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, Red's not there earlier? No, never mind. You're good. So it's to make him disadvantage. So yeah.
Oh, we're back at the top of the round.
Not quite yet. Fails and fails again. So it takes.
I'm not on the turn order.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, you are. You're still on there.
I don't see it on my thing.
You're the 4th one. Well, you're really the. You're 3 turns. I'll tell you when it's your turn. You're definitely on mine. Okay. That is his turn. Actually, they still do damage to you, Bellman. I forgot you failed, unfortunately. You take 13 damage. And it is now not Reg's turn, because he got a nat 1, but it is Harshnag's turn, who's going to try and we can. Sorry, I must not have seen that. Was it in the chat?
No, it was in Discord. So I
Yeah.
wrote it in
Oh,
here.
gotcha. Yeah, we can wrap it up soon. Let's just finish.
Yeah, like 1 round.
Yeah. And what was happening?
Harshnag was doing something.
Yeah, Harshnag was tagging. Do. Do. Bacon, are you there?
Bacon?
Bacon boy? Hmm.
Yeah, I was like,
All right, well, my internet is bugging out now. I think this is a great point to end the stream.
okay.
All right.
But
Okay.
I hope you guys enjoyed because I have been waiting for this session for a long
Yeah,
time,
that's
and there's
good.
even more to
So
come next time.
good.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it, after the stream in Discord. So you
Okay.
guys have stuff to do. But
Yeah, there's a lot to
yeah.
unpack.
Yes.
It's very cool.
all right. Well, thanks everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'm so glad we finally got to get together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took too
See you in
long.
4 months.
Yeah. Have a good,
No.
have a good quarter of the year.
Yeah, see you guys in September.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, please no, not again.
no,
No, I'm
more,
kidding.
please.
Hopefully everyone's free next Sunday. I
Yeah.
should be.
I am. I think 2
Dude,
Sundays.
and,
Yeah,
and like,
I'm probably
and
working, but
next time we play, I'll remember to put the 3 brothers in the turn order.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
I
yeah.
I was
Those
wondering
Turtle
about
Boys.
that.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's right.
anyways.
They're there too.
This was the only one we all needed to be here for, anyways. I think.
It's true. I mean, I would like everyone to be there next session, but if
Yes,
you can't, I can
will.
recap everything.
I love
Yeah.
everybody here. It's
yeah, next week is the same thing for me. Just I got to work from 5 a.m. to 1:30.
Yeah, I'll be good for I'll be good next weekend, but I won't be good for the weekend after that.
In here.
I gotta go to a wedding thing.
All right. Well, maybe we can do it next week then.
All right,
I'm
bye,
definitely
friends. I love you.
Bye,
Friends.
friends.
Goodbye, my friend.
Bye.
I'll miss
Bye.
you.
Jack says bye.
Kisses.
Yeah.
All right, that stream is over. I want to thank all my D&D buddies for coming out and taking a time out of their day to play. Thank you to Bacon for that doom and gloom filled session where all of us had horrible futures and then are in a big fight. Huzzah! But no, it was super good. And I'm so glad that we played. I can't believe it was 4 hacking months. I actually can't believe that. That sounds crazy. But there you have it. Today I learned a thing also about cantrips and bonus actions, which I did not know. Thank you, Lore, for that. Goodbye, Kanzi. Goodbye, Bacon. I'll be real. I would find someone to host, but I gotta run. So, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I will see you guys soon. Hopefully I'll stream at some point this week. Yeah, Misty's step is a bonus action. You're right, but then it's like I can't do a regular action because it's a spell already. It's stupid. I was just hoping like maybe there would be a cantrip that I could take that would be a bonus action because I feel like Corella sucks in fights and I wish I could change that, but I don't know enough about D&D. Gotta do my homework. But anyway, yes, thank you for coming out. Thank you to everybody who subbed. Thank you to everybody who watched and stuck around this long. Thank you to Mr. Friedside for 1,600 bits over the course of this stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sushi, for the raid. Thank you, Kanzi, for the resub. Y Wolfie for the resub. Jushmu for the resub. Bacon Biscuit for the resub. And Reg for the resub. And G for the resub. I think that was everybody. Bye, Owen. I will see you guys soon. If you want to keep in touch, in between streams, type !Discord in the chat. You're free to hang out in the Disky. I'm always there. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks again.